go. Am I good? Am I good? Am I good? Everybody, am I good? Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hopefully, everybody's doing well, feeling well. Welcome to Thursday. It's funny because my week is completely thrown off, right? Yesterday was my first day back at work in a week and a half. So I'm sitting there feeling like it's Monday. And then I go in today. I literally went in today and thought, I was thinking like Tuesday stuff. I was thinking like things that I have to do on a specific Tuesday. I'm like, no, it's Thursday. I got one more day. This is great. Unironic Plant Main Bobo Sentinel in the hunt with a tier 1 subscribe for 30 months. Thank you so much, Sentinel. I appreciate that. Marcos, Logan of Hyrule, what's going on? July 12th, the next Mario Kart wave. I saw that they released the date for it. That was a release of the date, right? We didn't have the date before, and we're just sort of reminded. I feel like I've never known that it was the 12th until right now. So that's the actual reveal for that's the reveal. So that was kind of cool. Matt brought it to my attention on Twitter, and I was like, oh my god, yeah. So the new characters, it's the whole wave. So the new characters are coming out. So they're releasing Wiggler on a Wednesday, and it was just like, oh, this is great. It's great. This is Wiggler Wednesday. Oh, it's back. I wonder if they'll attempt to do it. I don't think they would. I don't think. No way with it. Is anybody familiar with that? Is anybody familiar with Wiggler Wednesday? Like what happened? And why they don't do it anymore. That was so great. I loved it. I kind of wish they kept doing it. I thought it was funny. They just announced the date and the tracks. I detailed it in Discord. I saw the video for it. I just didn't remember. They don't really keep it consistent, right? Like we had one right at the beginning. We had a character added, and then no, we had a character added not at the beginning. A little while ago, we had a character added, and then in one of the later updates, we get 3 characters added. They're so, I feel like they're inconsistent about, like, they'll tell us like 1 or 2 tracks, and then they'll do a thing where they tell us the other 6 or 7. It's like, what a weird, inconsistent way to release information. Now I am not. No way. They got dangerously close. And some people probably consider it they consider it a slur. Yeah, they forgot the L. Oh, you're not. Yeah, they forgot the L in Wiggler one day. And that term that's a. I guess it would technically be considered a derogatory term. Yeah, I would assume that it is considered a slur, but I mean, on the internet, you have seconds to delete something before anybody sees it. If you even have that much time. And they never lived it down, and they stopped doing like Wiggler Wednesdays. My physical copy of Pixel Remaster just arrived. Oh, congratulations. I know Dragoon was waiting for one. Congratulations. What was that? From what, like Play Asia or something? Yeah, technically it's a slur. I don't know if the states have the word, but in the UK, that's sort of what it meant. Lilac, that's sort of what it means here. It's that it's a urban, you know what I mean? Urban. It's an urban white person. Let's put it delicately. Yeah, that's what it is over here. But to be honest, it's used. I mean, I always grew up with it being used as sort of a joke. I don't use it, but I always grew up with it sort of being used as a joke, and it was never meant to be like that. Yeah, lilac. Which I understand what it means, but I hate saying that because it really doesn't make any sense. You know, I'm trying to tread very light. We're treading lightly at the beginning of the stream. This is not a good sign. Then they decided to no longer have Wiggler Wednesday. Yeah, Play Asia. The only thing I ever ordered from them was my Okami that I never played. After this wave drops, we'll have 12 total tracks for Mario Kart Tour. And then we only have 6 more. Yeah, we're off to a fantastic start. But hey, Dragoon, Lilac, hello. And anybody who did not say hello to, hello. Hold on. Getting dangerously close. Abort. Up. Abort. Abort. Oh, wait, that's not. I need like reverb. Where's my reverb? How about that one? Abort. Abort. Here, we'll give you a Gonzada Sue. We'll give you a Gonzada Sue inside the cathedral. Wow, we're performing in a cathedral hall. This is great. Ah, Gonzada Sue, ore wasu yoi, ore hika arashiruba pointo. You know what's funny? This is Echo, right? This is the setting called Echo on my mixer here. But when I think of an Echo, I think of something like this. But this is delay, not echo. And then I can speed it up a little. And I can speed it up a lot. Ooh, I don't like the way that sounds. And I think this one's for the headphone users. Ooh. Ooh, this is like a good super villain spying on you from inside the castle, like evil demon voice, right? Because it comes from everywhere. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, I'll turn that off. Oh. Yeah, a little Sidious laugh there. See, I need to get a new mixer, and I can save some money by not getting the one with the all the sound effects, but I really don't want to do that. I really want the one that has all of the sound effects on it, or the voice things. I thought Mixer flopped. It's all isn't it all Kick now? Well, it's all Kick, and it's well, no, it's Kick for streaming. It's going to be yeah. Echoes usually have a longer delay. That's why I'm used to something like this. Although that's probably like somebody talking to you in a dream sequence. Wrong type of mixer. Yeah, it's the one that I use for pastries. Haven't you heard Thread confirmed dead on arrival? Oh, so I wanted to talk about that. That's why I was saying like Kick is for streaming. Thread is apparently the new hot thing for social media, and it's literally been hours. Yeah, they don't allow NSFW content, which I found out a little while ago, which I've constantly said is sort of a death sentence for a lot of the platforms that are out there. I wonder if social media is different in that way, where you can have some sort of NSFW, or you cannot have NSFW content and it's still popular, but I don't know. I feel like so is Mastodon. But Mastodon's like difficult to, isn't, or not difficult, but isn't Mastodon like you can't just apply, because Blue Sky right now is it's like invitation only if you want to get to, but I mean, all of this stuff is made by the same companies anyway. I made a Thread account this morning, and it took forever. I had to make an Instagram account, which I don't like Instagram because the last time I had one, I forgot it existed for 10 years. And then when I finally logged back into it, it took 2 days and it got hacked. And I got a notification that the account, like the password holder was somewhere, and then it went to some email in Russia. It literally said Russia. And that was it. And I was like, no, I'm just going to delete it then. I changed the password so I could get in, and I got in, and I just deleted it. And I haven't had an Instagram since, and I haven't missed it. So now I have to make one, because Thread is like the only way to make a thing on Thread is to link in from Instagram. So I was like, all right, I'll make an Instagram account. So if any of you saw this on Twitter, I posted a picture of it. I made an Instagram account. So this is the sequence of events. This is the sequence of events. Oh, Marcos, I know. I realized that very quickly, and let me walk you through let me walk you through the thread here. Let me take everybody take you for a ride here. So I decide I'm gonna make it's on the Grand. What? Hey Ronan. I decided I was gonna make a thread just to get my name. I wanted to make sure that I had my name, and which is a lot of the time what I do. Like I don't think I have my name on Instagram, and I just don't really care. I don't have my name on Twitter, but that was I tried to change my name on Twitter, and somebody else has Uncle Silver, I think, but I don't think they do anything with it. So I don't get that one. But that Twitter I had before I made up Uncle Silver, so I'm not too stressed out about that one. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a thread account literally just to get my name, and if it becomes the thing, I'll be set up already. If not, whatever, it was free. I go to make the Instagram account. I put in my information. I do what I have to do. I give them. I don't use my phone number. That's the thing. I don't use my phone number. Made up Uncle Silver. Well, Uncle Silver is kind of an amalgamation of stuff that already existed, but putting it together was specifically for content creation. So the lesser of two evils to the rescue. It might not be the lesser of two evils. So I don't use my phone number. I use my email address. I don't use my Google account or anything. I make separate address specifically for that. So I make it, and then it sends you the confirmation email, right? It sends you the email, and it wants you to put in a 6-digit code. So I get the email. I put in the code. And I hit enter, and I get the screen that popped up on Twitter, which is your account has been banned or blocked. And then it's like, you have 180 days to appeal. You send them a message or something. I'm like, I literally haven't done anything. I entered the confirmation email, and it went through, and it did nothing. So when you appeal, it wants you to re-enter your email address, which is absurd. And yeah, exactly. You could be a bot. And then, and I'm wondering if that's what it was. And then it asked me for my phone number because it's technically filing a claim, or to like try and get your account unbanned. And after that, I let it sit for a minute. And then I went to Thread, and when you go to Thread to make an account, it says log in from your Instagram account. And but that let me do it. I didn't need to be logged into my Instagram. It just, because I had one already, it let me do it. And then I just made my Thread account, which of course Uncle Silver was already taken. So I had to put, and I couldn't do Uncle Silver like dot, or I couldn't even underscore. I had to do Uncle _ Silver. Like, who took my name already? How many of us are out there? They know I'm the best one. What are they even doing? On the gram. Oh, the Gran. I'm like, wait a minute, Ronan. Hold on a second here. I'm on the Gran? I mean, how long have we known each other? Oh, sorry. Yeah, made up Uncle Silver. I don't think Instagram was prepared for this many signups at once. I'm wondering if that's what it is, Dragoon, and Vladak said, you could be a bot. I'm wondering if that's what it is, if you don't apply with a phone number, or just because of the volume of people that have been signing up for Instagram, if it's basically flagging their own system. You know what I mean? Did I get a blue check? Am I supposed to get a blue check mark? Oh, for Twitter? No, absolutely not. Uncle Silver 69. Yeah, Marco, I mean, this is all in the span of like 30 minutes, but it was just kind of annoying. It was a bunch of hoops to jump through to go to Thread and to get sort of my name, because I can't even get my actual name like the way I would want it. And then I tried to use Thread, and wow, that is as bare bones as I think I can imagine. I don't. A lot, like said that they don't. Hey, T Knight. I don't. Lilac said they don't allow NSFW, which is already weird. Like that's a whole separate thing. But it was like I don't know. Like I can't search. I tried searching for like topics. Right, on Twitter, you can do a search, and then you can either set it so that you search for people or you search for topics. It would only let me search for people. So if I put in the word, I put in Nintendo, and I wanted to just find like Nintendo articles and stuff, and only people that's names are or close to Nintendo popped up. Like it didn't come up with articles or tweets or messages. I don't know what are they even called. Threads? I'm not going to call them threads because the website is Threads. That would be like saying I went on Twitter and found some Twitters. It's a very bare bones, like it was made a few weeks ago. Yeah, Nintendo fan 69. Like that's who would pop up. But no topics for Nintendo would pop up. And Nintendo doesn't really have a presence on there. So like other Nintendo sites do, there's like Nintendo everything and stuff. They just announced that they're going over there and like Amiibo news and whatnot. Or they, opened up channels over there. I think I might make a new account anyway. My Instagram and Facebook are all me IRL. Right now my Twitter is strictly non-IRL stuff. A lot of people are getting insta-blocked. I'm guessing they're banking on people to appeal to prove they aren't bots. I mean, that's probably what it is. It to be honest, like it might even be something that they're not aware of. Like it could be some sort of safeguard that was built in, and they're I mean, it's if it is that it requires a phone number, it'd be nice if they told you. But that's a decent anti-bot protection. I signed up this morning and it took me several attempts, and Instagram kept telling me server's too busy, try again. I didn't get server's too busy. I didn't get that one. I can't lie, a lot of these social media platforms are terrible. Since you have Insta now, you finally post those pictures. No, Marcos, I hate Instagram. I don't like it. I'm not, I was never a fan of it. I wasn't lying what I said earlier. I had an Instagram account from like 2010 or 2012, like some crazy amount of time ago. And I completely forgot it existed. And then I want to say it was maybe three years ago, maybe a little bit more, that I remember that it existed, and I logged into it. And days after I logged into it, it got hacked. And they took control, and then I had to reset the password and set my email and stuff. And it ended up getting hacked. I was like, no, I'm just deleting it. I don't like it. I believe you can't do NSFW because Instagram's age requirement is 13 and it's for child safety reasons. Yeah, but they allow it on. I mean, they say they don't allow it, but it's all over Twitter if you search for it. And Twitter, I don't know if Twitter has some sort of age of application or something, right? I don't know if they have some sort of age restriction. The thread sounds like a mess. It kind of is. I mean, it's early. If you want to excuse it somehow, you could say that it's very early. It's so early. It doesn't feel necessary. Twitter's Twitter. We say we don't like it, and we talk about Elon this and all that. But to be honest, what is there are the people that I like to talk to, and the communities that I like to interact with. And as long as that's on Twitter, that's where I'm going to be. When all of that moves away from Twitter, I'll move with it. Like I said, I'll make my accounts, and I'll be ready if that move ever happens. But at this point, it's not necessary. There's no, I don't need anything but Twitter. Twitter is set to 13 plus. Yeah, but Twitter, hold on. Simply use 2 Twitter accounts, one for me and other shit, and one for gaming. You don't got to search. OnlyFans girls tend to buy blue and get pushed into your face all the time in the most random topics. But Twitter is set to 13 plus. Yeah, so Twitter has it too. So I mean, I guess the trick is that Twitter probably technically says you can't do it, and then they just ignore it. I'm shocked Twitter hadn't blocked links to Thread after they were so aggressive about honey links. I did see on Twitter. Hold on, let me see if I can find it here. the what's it called? The trending. I showed you like the mentions of something that are currently going on. It was Threads, 3.1 million mentions in recent time. Hold on, let's see if I can find it again. Show more. Trending. Threads is trending. It says Threads is trending, but it doesn't say how many tweets or anything. I saw it earlier though. I don't think Twitter's dying tomorrow. I do get the legit concern after the whole Twitter Yeah, I mean that's my biggest concern right now, Dragoon, is not so much like Twitter's going to be running to the ground. My biggest concern is that something's going to happen just like it did the other day. Something's going to happen and it's going to immediately be broken, and you are immediately going to be cut off from all of the people that you only talk to on Twitter. And that, I'm not worried about them doing something intentional. I'm worried about them doing something unintentional and breaking it and screwing it over. Like what would happen if you woke up tomorrow, and I don't mean to be like a weirdo or anything, but what if you woke up tomorrow and it turns out, they screwed something up and deleted all of the contacts on everybody's server, right? Every single account, all of your follows were deleted. Oh, oops. Oh no, we can't fix it. And it's like, you want to believe that that's not going to happen, but they try to change simple things and things fall apart. And they've been messing up lately. That's why it's so concerning. And then if that happens, you just immediately lose contact. Oops, all blue checks. I'd go, oh, I'm free. Hey, you can be free now. See, that's what gets me about it. That's what Marcos, this is what I always talk about with stuff like this. You can be free of Twitter. Right now, you can go on the Twitter and you can you can put a message that says, I'm going to leave this message up for a day. If anybody cares, contact me. But after this day is done, I'm deleting my account. Technically, you could just go and delete it right now. But people don't do it. People don't do it because they don't. As much as people like to think that they're like bound to these things, if you were to release the shackles, most people would just stay. A little fear missing out. I guess so. I'm fear missing out sounds more like I'm buying this thing because I don't want it to not be available. But it is kind of like, because we as a society have an addiction. All right, I'm going to get a little controversial here. I don't think that we as a society are addicted to socializing, to social media platforms or anything like that. I think that we are, for the most part, always social. There are people, obviously, who tend to keep to themselves, but if we were 100 years ago, right, there's no internet, there's barely electricity or anything, we would still be social. To an extent, right? And again, yeah, Latimer, I'm not everybody. Obviously, some people are going to be more comfortable just being by themselves, but we're all going to seek out some sort of social activities, even if we want to do it alone. I love going to crowded places by myself. Like, go to museums, go to movie theater. I'm fine with it. I don't really like going to crowded places like shoulder to shoulder, but I like going places by myself. It's a way for me to be social, but to also keep my privacy. I don't want to lock myself in my house all the time, but I don't want to rely on random groups of people in order to make my enjoyment possible. So I wouldn't say that we are addicted to social media so much. I would just say that human beings, for the large part, again, I know this isn't everybody, but for the large part, we are social creatures in some way or another. The issue is we have never had this much social capability. We've never had the ability to talk to this many people and to have this many people listen to us. That's never been a thing. Even years ago, even when the internet was coming up and you had chat rooms and stuff, we always say that those sorts of environments, chat rooms and forums, they exist in a bubble. We've never really had that. And we had, MySpace, right? For Facebook, we were close with Facebook. But now we have everything. Now we have all of this stuff. We have Facebook, and we I guess we probably have MySpace, but we have YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and Instagram and Snapchat and Pinterest, and now we've got Kick, and we had some of the other defunct ones. We've got Hive and you got Threads. We have more options for socializing than we ever had. So we are not, I wouldn't say that we're addicted to social media. I would say that we are social creatures, and we've never had more options than we do right now. Think about this. Think about how, we all love social media. Let's not lie. We don't, I don't go crazy. I shouldn't speak for everybody, but Mixer too soon. I know that we don't all love it, but we all kind of like it. For as much as we might not want to be addicted to it, I think most of us have benefited in some way. Yeah, I only use Discord. And how did you learn about Discord? How did you find people to join your Discord, or people that you were on it to join their Discord? You probably found out about it through something else. It's unlikely that you found out about it through Discord. Not impossible, but it's more likely you watch a content creator and you were checking out streams and you saw the stream, which means if you watch content creators, you probably saw them on YouTube or you saw them here on Twitch. And these are considered social media platforms. They're media platforms, but they're also social. I used to have Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. I used to use a lot of social media. Oh, see, you did the rise. You did the rise and fall. You went all the way up, and you did everything that was available at the time, and then it was just too much, and you scaled it back, which is kind of what I was going to get into in a second. I use Twitter to follow news and certain creatives, journalists, artists, etc. But I can't now because of the account requirement. The concept of social media is good. The problem is leaning on it as an absolute. So I'm disinclined to say that we're addicted to social media. I would just say that we are by nature social creatures, and this is more socializing than we ever thought was possible. But I was gonna say, Ronan, so you did like Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, used it a lot, and then you fell off, right? You were just like, I can't do this anymore. Maybe it's, I don't know what your situation was. Maybe it's messing with your mental health. Maybe you were just tired and exhausted of doing it all. So now you only use Discord. It's interesting that when all of this Twitter talk began and continues, you get people who are, they talk about, it's time to go back to forums. It's time to go. Oh, we can use Discord. You're now talking about isolating yourselves. You're now viewing a closed circle of people to communicate with better than widespread social media. And that's sort of fascinating. It's interesting that, it evolved into social media that we have now. And at some point it's starting to regress a little bit. And people are saying, no, I want to go back to closed bubbles. I want to go back to websites that are only about these things, like whole websites. Oh, you have to have an account to view Twitter now, but there's a limit to how much you can view. Oh, is it really? Well, the Bobo, they fixed all. Trust me, I spend a lot of time scrolling Twitter, and I haven't hit a block in a while, so I don't know what they did with that limit. If that limit even still exists. That was only like the 1 or 2 days. I did MSN chat rooms, MSN forums, Gaia Online, MySpace, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, and I'm sure others. I did AOL chat rooms, MySpace. I never did an Angel Fire page. I didn't do an Angel Fire page. I think I went right to full-blown social media. I think I went right to MySpace. I would hit up other forums, but I wasn't like GameFAQs, right? GameFAQs forums was I would do like Animal Crossing forums and stuff and talk with people there. But and WoW forums I did a lot. But yeah, then it was MySpace, and then MySpace went to Facebook once Facebook opened to the public, and then I made a Twitter account when Twitter first came out, and it was pointless because all it was the text. I guess it was like 140 characters at the time, and like no pictures or anything. It was just like I can do status updates on Facebook, so I just kept it there. And then it was like a couple of years, and then I made a new Twitter because I was getting tired of Facebook's BS. And from then on, I was like, yeah, I'm on Twitter. I deleted my I think my Facebook page is still open, but I don't do anything with it. I don't log into it or anything. Follow some artists on Twitter, but I don't have an account, so I can't check anything anymore. Oh, so you have to make an account though. More like I got a little too addicted to social media back then, but nowadays I don't care about social media besides Discord. Yeah, so you, like I said, Rona, you had the I'm gonna do as much of it as I can, and then it got exhausting, and you were just like, no, I only need this now. Now you appreciate the peace of mind that the disconnection brings you. You use Twitter addicted, you watch TV addicted, your books addicted. History is full of society villainizing, not always untrue, to be fair. Yeah, I was gonna say, because this one, again, I don't think people are addicted to social media. I think there are some people who just can't get away from it. But I don't think it's so much that we're addicted to it. I think that it's and even the people who do have a negative reaction to social media, I would say that sometimes it's not that they're using it too much, it's that they're using it the wrong way. You know, these are the people who look at all of the fitness influencers and then they feel bad because they're not losing weight as fast. It's a lot of the disillusion. Disillusion is not the right word. Misguidance? I don't know. Misdirection that people do. You know, they Twitter's a great way. Twitter is a great way in a very short amount of time to think that everybody's life is better than yours. And if you know how to avoid that, you're fine. But a lot of people don't. And even in a short amount of time, they can scroll for 20, 30 minutes a day and say, "Wow, this sucks. My life is so terrible right now." And and they'd feel it. And that's not, I wouldn't say that's addiction. They're not doing it for 9 hours a day, but the time that they are doing it is very poisonous for them. Hold on. Let me go. Do you hear about the Pokemon company trying to start a forum? Oh, we talked about that. That's hysterical. That went exactly how everybody thought. Mr. L, there was, if you would have told me, hey, the Pokemon company's going to start a forum, there is no other way I thought that would have gone. I would have imagined the first thing out of my mouth would have been, well, that's going to be a disaster. And it didn't take a day for it to happen. It was great. I hate to say that it was great because I know they're going to fix it, right? I know that they're going to get on there with moderators and they're going to want to keep the forum. It's a big deal. So they're going to fix it. But for right now, like what a stumble out the gate for them. Oh, no, you don't. Twitter Stealth fixed that. Twitter Stealth fixed that. I only ever use Facebook. Fell off of that, and then Twitter, even Discord, I only use to check on stuff occasionally. Like I pop into Discord a lot. A fair amount. I pop into the Discord and I check out the channels and I see what you guys are talking about. I'm watching. I'm watching you. Every second you post in Discord is a second I could be reading it. Funny, I started going back to GameFAQs. It's gotten a lot better as a general forum, as most people will get guides and information from Game 8. Oh yeah, that Game 8 website, that does pop up a lot when I search for stuff. I remember being on a forum called Game Talk. Wait, I think I got that one right. It was so primitive that setting a password for your username was an option. I used Facebook back then. I still have an account now, but it just hangs there. Discord is one that I use, but I rarely use it on the whole. I had Twitter addiction. I used to close Twitter, stare at my apps, and open Twitter again. I've done that. You know what I've done, like? Well, I've done that too, but I open Twitter, I scroll, and then I open YouTube, and then I scroll and I check the videos and stuff, and if there's nothing to watch, I go back to Twitter. And it's like, all right, stop. I usually catch myself, and then I find something else to do. But I have caught when I'm not paying attention to it, I have caught myself doing that. Oh, check Discord. Chat one. Where am I? There we go. There I go. Nothing proprietary in the current execution. What is this? What is this? Turners threatening to sue man. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, that's okay. I see that that's related to our conversation. Oh, that hold on. That was something I forgot that I wanted to bring up about Threads. When somebody mentioned earlier, like Zuckerberg. When I opened it up, hey, Koss. When I opened it up, it's like a Meta company. It's got like the Meta logo at the bottom, and I immediately thought, oh, brother. It's one or the other nowadays, man. It's Elon or it's Zuck. God, one of them is a shape-changing lizard man from the Hollow Earth, and I don't know. The other one's Elon. It's been repeatedly documented the amount of harm Instagram has caused, especially in preteens and teenagers. Yeah, and you don't need to do it a lot. With stuff like Instagram, like people could say, like, you're addicted to Instagram. No, you check it for 20, 30 minutes a day. But the stuff that you can see on there is just damaging. It's fast. Imagine starting it before. Oh my God, yeah. Even Facebook admitted in their own internal documents that they're horrible for people's mental health. It's just over. It's just using it too much. Once they fix it, the only thing that forum will be people complaining about the Pokemon company. Oh God, yeah, you're right, Mr. L. That's all that'll be left. Having civil disagreements about Pokemon. Can't pay me enough in the world to moderate Pokemon forums. You can pay me you can pay me enough to do a lot of jobs. Just find that some sites being easier to do daily checks on, that some just fall to the wayside. If not get used often or a pain to use. Yeah, I mean, T-Night, that was one of the things that happened when I first started Uncle Silver. One of the things was that I made a Facebook page for Uncle Silver. Like, just basically all it was gonna do was post my updates and stuff, because you used to be able to set it so that anything you posted on Twitter also mirrored over to Facebook. So I had them linked, and that's what I would do. And so all of my posts on Facebook were just my posts on Twitter, and the system automatically moved them over. Then they removed that feature one day, and I stopped posting on Facebook. You can't do that and make something like Twitter. I know we told our users to touch grass, but we want them to come back before they hit their limits in GTFO again. Both of them are lizard people. I got back into posting on Instagram mainly for the benefit of my younger cousins. I just want their approval and to be told I'm cool. And be told I'm cool. Civil. So how much to have to moderate a load of these? Hold on, let me see. Oh, okay. Wait. So this is. I don't even know if I should read this. I'm gonna be cowardly and not read this out loud. Guys. Wait, never mind. I read that before. Do it. No. No. Well, wait. No. Hold on. I can't bring that up. Otherwise you guys will figure out the loophole and make me read it. I did read that before, though. I just delete it, right? I can read that once and then delete it as a moderator. Oh, hold on, crack my back. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so that's my Threads experience. So I have a Threads. If you want to go and join it, you're welcome to. I'm really not gonna post anything there. I might post something once or twice, just like a gag. I posted something earlier today that I thought was kind of funny. There's another one now too, but wholesome. Nuke it from orbit. Yeah, and so I have it there. It's gonna sit there. If Twitter implodes and we have to jump ship, and everybody decide. I'm basically gonna wait for the crowd, right? I'm gonna wait and see what the crowd does, because that's all I care about. I don't really care about where I go. I don't care about what website I'm posting stuff on and talking to everybody, as long as I'm getting to talk to everybody. I wonder what it would be like if there was no social media for like 6 months. What if all of these platforms just said, all right, for 6 months we're just going to shut it down. Go find something to do, and right, and then the internet exploded back into like more streams. No, see, Hero, we'd be happier. Would we though? I mean, I wouldn't leave. We wouldn't leave the computer. A lot of us wouldn't leave. A lot of us wouldn't leave communication. That's what I think is probably the best way to say that is. A lot of people won't leave communication. We'll join forums. We'll watch streams. We'll do streams where we connect on Discord with each other, right? Because Discord is a closed loop, so that's not actually the same thing. So you wouldn't, that sort of thing wouldn't shut down Discord. Pure chaos, all hell would break loose. We'd be happier. Hive, Blue Sky, Threads, still everyone counting out MySpace, making his grand comeback. I think it's gonna happen. Because MySpace is technically still around, right? They're not shut down. Most definitely not everyone, for sure. I'd be happier. Did you know in terms of human Pokemon? Oh, Flurry. Okay. Oh. Well, like that one does seem a bit more. That one seems a bit more friendly and SFW, right? That one's more SFW. Okay, I had a kind of cool thing that I wanted to do. I was hoping this would be a kind of fun thing to do. And it's probably going to be super boring because to be completely honest, I don't remember half of the stuff that I don't remember where the stories belong. Let me put it that way, and then I'll explain in a second here. I heard the thing. Wait, the thing? What thing? That thing? Oh, there was another. Hold on a second here. Somebody else brought something up in. I'm not gonna do it now, but I might at some point. Somebody had a question in the stream thingy. Where's the question here? Hold on. What's this? Oh my god! Move the thing. Here we go. Oh, I remember what the question was. No, he's playing Ender Lilies again. No, so I love conventions. You guys know that. I've for my limited ability to go to conventions, I love them. And if I could go to 20 conventions a year, I probably would. I love being in that environment, even though I'm very homebody, hermity, introverted. I love going to conventions. People are there. They've got all of the same interests, right? They all like video games. They all like geeky stuff. So I can feel super comfortable being happy about the stuff that I get happy about when I go to them. And the people that I meet, we have all got shared common interests in one way or another. So I love going to conventions. He's going back to Lego Star Wars. Whoa, easy there. And one of the things you get when you go to conventions are badges. I have a lot of badges. So I normally keep my badges at work, and I don't actually know why I do that. I have them hung up in my closet. So what I wanted to do was I was going to bring, I brought them home, obviously, and I kind of want to just go through them, and I want to show off some of the badges that I got with the cool artwork, and maybe talk a little bit about the conventions themselves. I have enough badges to train a Charizard. Pfft. No one's that powerful, apparently. They're all just mixed up, though. Hey, Arwing. Oh my god, this is chaos. Hold on, let me get my coffee off of here. Show and tell time. I mean, it kind of is, yeah. That really is the best way to put it. All right, oh my god, J1 Con badge. Would you get out of here? Oh my god! Where are you? You're okay. Wait, hold on. I'm like the Russ in Christmas Vacation. Trying to untangle all the Christmas lights. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. I wish I had a camera pointed down so you can see how absurd this is. I'm about to just here. There. Just separate them. Here. Make sure I don't run any of them over. Oh my god, they're still. God, it's still. Let go! Let go. How are you hooked on to there? Oh, that's how? Oh my god, this is a mess. I probably should have done this before. Back in the day with PS1 controllers. It's funny because I'm trying to separate this one badge specifically because it has this ridiculous like long string on it. It's not a lanyard like the other ones. So I was trying to get it because I figured it would tangle up all the other ones, and it was the hardest one to break free. I got to break free. I got to break free. Anybody know who does that song? Because I sure don't. Oh my god. Right, hold on. Now I have to be careful not to run any over. Where's some of the earlier ones? I hope I'm not flashing. I'm not flashing you guys, am I? Am I showing you? I'm showing you crack. Hold on. I don't want to show you the good stuff for free. Ow. Ow! My headphones got caught. Oh my god, this is a disaster. This is the worst idea I've ever had. Don't ever let me have ideas. Wait, what's this? Queen Greg? King? Wait, what's happening? Yeah, my headphones got caught. They betrayed me twice. Okay, so my earliest one. Oh, push that button, push that button, push that button. Okay. Queen song. Oh, that's what you guys are saying. I thought you were calling me Queen Greg. I was wondering why you're calling me that. I mean, I appreciate it, but yeah, this is settled. Yeah, this is much easier than Yakuza. All right, so my earliest one was 2013. This was my first Too Many Games. I was the villager, the obviously Castlevania theme. I only went Saturday. I found out that John and everybody else was going up there, and I decided that I was going to go, and I didn't know. I didn't know what it was or anything. I don't remember if they stayed up that weekend, if they had a hotel room and all. Did you give helpful advice when asked? No, I told them I know nothing. And I said, I hear there's a monster that lived by the lake. And then I was, a waste of time. No. But they had a bunch of different, like, all the badges obviously were different things, which you'll see kind of a lot that happens here. This is also a very fascinating progression in my personal opinion about what happens here. So this is a Saturday only badge. But this is the back. I don't think any of these codes do anything anymore. There's a code for redeem this card at drop cards or something. I don't know what the heck that was. But yeah, that I thought that was really cool. Yeah, this was only Saturday. I remember walking around. They recorded. I remember they recorded some stuff. I think that was I made a joke about the fighting the presidents in Fighting Street on the TurboGrafx because for some reason Mount Rushmore is on the cover of that game, and yeah, that was fun. I think it was next year. Somebody recognized me from that video, from this one here. I was, and I think it was next year. Somebody came in and they're like, "Yeah, we saw you in the video." I was like, "How?" I remember. If you're out there, I appreciate it. I remember asking, how do you know what I look like? Like, not even in an insulting way. I was at that time. I didn't have any line on-screen presence. And I said, like, how did you know, like, what exactly I look like? And he's like, the video from last year. I was in that video for 2 seconds. And he's like, yeah, the video from last year. I was like, wow, you guys are amazing. Pro streamer. Yeah, Lilac, it's a big budget operation we've got here. Don't tell anybody. Lilac, I've got to make it look slapped together for tax purposes. 2 seconds and he's famous. How does he do it? He has a famous nephew and he mooches fame off of him. Hey, Somber. Did anyone tell you not to look in the Death Star? No, they were all gone. That's amazing. Also creepy. We're gonna ignore that. Wait, what? Oh, did I say something super creepy? I probably did. You saved his LP channel from life support. Oh, you're talking about the guy that found me. So I think, when was J1Con? I think that was the only convention I did. I also did a bunch of Wizard Worlds. So we had, I think it's called Fan Expo now here in Philly, but we had one called Wizard World, and that was that was like the Philadelphia. Oh, the I saw you in a 2-second video. That it was like Philadelphia Comic-Con. So you know how the different cities have a big giant one, but we all just kind of call them Comic-Con. The Wizard World was the Philadelphia one, so that was the one. They were Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it was very cool. The only people that they sold individual Friday, Saturday, and Sunday tickets. The only way to get a Thursday ticket was to have the weekend pass. So when you went on Thursday, the only people there had weekend passes. And it cut down on the numbers a lot. And I liked that it was the very first day. So it made it very easy to go shopping and find anything that I might want to find. And it was actually a smaller crowd, but it was hardly a small crowd. But they didn't have badges or anything. They always had wristbands. So I never kept the wristband because the wristbands were like very basic looking. So I never kept them. So unfortunately, with all these badges, it's mostly going to be TMG and a few other things. And that's just because Wizard World probably would have evened out the numbers, but they didn't give out anything. Algorithm favored you in the 1 second, and now you're set for life. So after I got the 5,000 coins of Mario Kart 8 yesterday, today I got all the gold cups with at least 1 star in Mirror 150cc. Ooh, excuse me. I only have 2 unlockables left. I don't think I have golds in everything. The new stuff, specifically. All right, so that was 2013. So 2014. Was that here? No, that was 2018. I had 2 for 2014. When are these? Oh, these MagFests. Okay, I've got a couple for MagFest, and they don't say when they are. Ah, damn it. Where's my 2014? Hello? I went to too many games that year. 2017? This is a great... Oh, this is my 2014. Nah. All right. So this is my 2014... Oh, my God. Too many games? Yeah, we do that. There we go. This is my 2014 Too Many Games. This was... I bought the final boss pass, so it came with a bunch of crap. And a very cool badge. I thought this was a very cool badge. So, yeah, this was good fun. This was the first time I stayed. This was we got the hotel room. It was like the big hotel room. It was like 6 of us in the room. I slept on the floor and or a chair at some point. Yeah, this one was a lot of fun. I don't remember the one thing that sucks is that I did 2 MagFests and I have them here, but they don't have the dates on them, so I don't know exactly when these were. But they're cool badges too, so I'll show them off. Speaking of Mario Kart 8, I take it the Wave 5 is the best one because it has the Daisy Cruiser. No, it's the best one because it brings back Wiggler Wednesday. Wiggler's coming out and it's on a Wednesday. The only one that matters is Mirror 150cc. The 12 original cups with at least 1 star and 200cc Just Gold Cup in the last unlockables and time trial beat all 48 developer times. I don't want to do that. Never mind. I don't want to do that. 2014, I also went to this monstrosity of a cord thing here. This was J1 Con. What's on here? Make sure nothing loot is on here. This was J1 Con. This was a small anime convention. In city limits in Philadelphia. I forget exactly where it was. It was a very small convention, but it was fun. I had a lot of fun going there. Just, walking around, and it's just a different group of people. Mario Kart DLC is also hilarious. People went from they have to give us Mario Kart 9 to when's the next DLC? We need to really. Nah, Dragon. There's still some people out there complaining about Mario Kart 9. Trust me, there are. I've seen a few people complaining about we don't need more DLC. We need a new game. Yeah, J1 Con was J1 Con. I literally never went again. I think it only lasted a few more years. I don't think they even did it for very long. This is. I got that. Okay, that's 18. Okay. This was Too Many Games 2015. This was next year. What is that? It's Gygus or something, right? Hold on, let me not dox myself by showing you my screen. Gygus? Is that what it is? From Earthbound? There's some, but most of them, as per usual, change their tune real fast. I get the want for a new game, but they would have to change a lot mechanically. Maybe bring back Double Dash system. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what they do with the new Mario Kart. At this point, I think that's my issue is that I really don't care about a new Mario Kart because I think the one that they have now is fantastic. And if they, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? Isn't that what everybody says? Mirror unlocks gold cart. TT time track unlocks gold wheels. 5,000 coins unlocks paraglider. 200cc unlocks gold medal Mario. Oh, so I definitely don't have everything there. Yeah, I don't remember which one of these was Derposaurus, by the way. I don't remember where Derposaurus was in all of this. Hang on. Maybe let us dig down even further with kart customization. Smash and Mario Kart are going to be they're going to be hard to follow up. The only way to follow them up is to remove stuff, and no one's going to want to remove stuff. Okay. Now this is where it starts. Well, I mean, let's face it. If you haven't found it interesting by now, you're not going to. So that was 15. So this is 2016. This is TMG 2016. And if you notice, we got a sub. Marcos in the hunt with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much, Marcos. Subscribe for 46 months. 2 more months until 4 years. Thank you so much, Marcos. I appreciate that. This is a guest badge. This, John had an extra one at the time, and I was able to get it from him. So this is actually a guest badge. This is the one, obviously, that guest had. Ew, Tingle. What's wrong with Tingle? A little weird. He's got an interesting hobby set. Quite the wardrobe. This was around the time he was in prison. This was around the time of MagFest, of the 2 MagFest that we went to. I got the final boss badge for TMG 2016. That is the one that I have the guest badge for. What was on the final badge for that? Was that like a Ganon or something? He's a closet pervert. But he's not like a pedo or anything, is he? Right? He's not like bad. I mean, if you've seen my Twitter feed, you might, I don't know. I worry now. I'm worried you might rethink it. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, Dragoon, that's a problem. Mr. L also in the hunt with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much, Mr. L. Subscribe for 41 months. Did you already discuss the Sega leak? No, I didn't really read up too much on the Sega leak. I saw that something had happened. and it was about like their plans and stuff. But I mean, I didn't really read too much into it. Ganon from Zelda 2. Oh, with the game over screen. Ooh, that sounds kind of cool, actually. Okay, so this was MagFest. I want to say this was 2015 or it was 2015 or 2016. I don't remember when they were. I wasn't a huge fan of this badge. I actually wasn't really a big fan of this badge. So, what is the theme here? Like, what is the convention? Not convention. The theme, basically. So, what do you think it is off of this badge? All right, you can see it, right? It's all the stuff from Sega in 1996. Pretty interesting from a historical perspective. To quote Johnny from his Wind Waker review, I will wait, I will what? Gothic rock. No, it's a video game series. It's a video game series. This is well, hold on. I just kind of almost said it, but that's supposed to be Castlevania. And the first thing I thought, and I remember vividly over the weekend constantly hearing people say, I thought this was Shovel Knight. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I think of. And it took me a while to realize so do you see how there's the knight and then there's like the glowing thing under him? It looks like a building, but it's not quite a castle. That's the convention hall. That's where MagFest is held. So that's supposed to be like the castle on the hill, right, on the mesa or whatever. That's what it's supposed to be, but it's the convention hall. But yeah, it's like I think you think Minish Cap? I look at it and all weekend I was like I keep looking down and I keep seeing Shovel Knight. It's a blue knight. The castle looks like a bed at first. God, it does kind of look like a bed, right? With a like the foot of the bed is closest to us, and then the headboard is furthest away. So you're seeing it on like an angle. Why did it delete my D? Wait. The night almost makes me think of something Cecil. Dark Knight Cecil. Oh, did you put a dot? If you put a dot, it'll think it's a link. That's why I was so confused. One of Johnny's reviews right before MagFest, he posted the logo in the review, and it screamed Castlevania. This, you think this scream? Well, that's the thing. This is the logo. This was the logo that they went with, and it's blatantly Castlevania. But, oh yeah, maybe you typed D Knight, but it didn't come up for you. That's kind of weird. Yeah, the MagFest. I'll be honest with you. I really want to go this year. MagFest is such a unique experience, and it's so much fun. And to be completely honest, after the weekend that I just had at Too Many Games, which was just a spectacular weekend, it really makes me want to go to MagFest because MagFest has more time to hang out. Right, the convention center doesn't close. You can hang out with your friends and do whatever, and then still have plenty of time to go to the convention. Oh, hey, D White. Yeah, I have very fond memories of being at MagFest, and I would love to go back again this year. I am saving up for it. I'm doing some things, and there's a little bit of money to save, so I'm trying to save up some money and trying to see if I can go to MagFest this year. I would really like to go. It's so much fun. It's January 18th to the 21st which is a couple weeks later than it normally is held. So that's actually very beneficial. And then next year, I don't remember what years these were. I also went to MagFest, and MagFest this time was Metroid themed. So this was like a little sort of thing that you got. I don't remember why you got this, but it's like a reflective, and that's fine. And then this little coin it breaks off, and it's supposed to be worth $1 at any booth, but I would rather keep it than spend the dollar. So I thought, I'm just gonna hang on to it. But this one I thought was very cool. Yeah, that one's very clear what I thought it was. Kirby. But yeah, this was a very, very cool one. This MagFest had some interesting moments is all I can say about that. But what a fun time. It really was a fun time. I'm like, it's worth credit. Like, yeah, but it looks cool. Right? It's like the M, you know? What's on the back? Was there anything on the back? I can't tell. That little sticker thing is in the way. But yeah, I thought it was cool. Oh, yeah.
$1? I've never seen $1. Nobody's got $1. Let us see the dollar.
Yeah, but those MagFests were really cool. I finally got to play Taiko Drum Master for the first time ever. And I went at 5 a.m. to go and play Taiko Drum Master because I was up and I just thought, oh, I'm gonna go right now. Because you know there'll be people there. There was a line. I had to wait in line to play the damn game. It was 5 a.m. All right, so that's okay. So this started a trend. This is the Too Many Games 2017 badge. This started a trend of me getting guest badges. You know, the money I saved, I kicked towards the hotel room, or we went and got food or something. But this was the guest badge for that, which I thought, you know, is cooler than Tingle. You know, if I gotta be honest with you. Which MagFest was it where they failed to find Kotaku's integrity? Oh, I have no idea what happened there. Next year they're calling Super MagFest Prime, and it's also Metroid themed. At least I think it is from the official website. So. Yeah, they stopped calling it just MagFest, and then they did start calling it like Super MagFest, and I guess because there's other ones in other places. Super MagFest, right? Wait, Super MagFest. This might be. Wait, hold on. They're saying. Oh no, that's 2023, 2024. No, block. 2024. I'm looking at the dates. I'm like, no. Okay. I don't know why. Oh, that's a different. No, wait. The website's all it looks like the website. No. Here we go. Super MagFest. Yeah, 18 to 24. The National Harbor, Maryland. More details coming soon. Yeah, it does look Metroid themed again. It does. Oh, I definitely have to go now. Now I absolutely have to go. When will it be MagFest 64? What was that? 2017? That was 2017. So 2018, they really skimped out on the badges this year. 2018 was, this is my Too Many Games badge. It's very, very plain. I don't know why they chumped out. I mean, there's no theme. That's the first thing you notice, but you know, could have spiked. Yeah, so GameStop base. Maybe that's the theme. Wait, is that the theme? That it's like the GameStop basic. It's got the red lettering and stuff. I wonder if that's the actual theme. Oh, now I'm curious. Now I have to go back and find like 2018 merch. Like a lot of the time, the theme is what the Final Boss Pass is based on. So now I have to find the Final Boss Pass and see if it's that. Oh my God, it probably is that GameStop artwork. Right, that artwork that's on all of their covers. It was a joke. One year MagFest had a sign pointing towards different areas of the con, and one of them was Kotaku's journalistic integrity 404 not found. I was only half serious. Yeah, Dragon, I thought that too. Once you said it, I was like, haha, GameStop, and then I looked at it again and thought, oh wait. One of the music guests is Metroid Metal. Not sure if that's relevant to the theme. No, because I know they had a Metroid band there before, and I don't know if it was them or not. But I think that was like the Castlevania year. Because it's funny, the Castlevania year, they didn't really do as much Castlevania stuff. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. The Metroid year was first. Yeah, the Metroid, the two MagFests is, the Metroid year was first. Because I remember on the Castlevania year, I actually said something on the website. They did like the thing that goes out where you can, what did you think of MagFest and what can we do to improve? and I said I didn't like the fact that all of the detailing was all of the theming was Castlevania until you actually got there, and there was nothing Castlevania going on. Metroid, I do remember there was a Metroid band. I don't know if it was actually them or not, or there was a band that played some Metroid music. They had this this sort of challenge thing set up that was very cool. That they had all of the games set up, but then they had Metroid 1 on the NES, and anybody could sit down and play it, and if you beat it, then they turned on Metroid 2. And the goal was to see if you could get through all the games by the end of the weekend. And that was very cool, which I think they did, actually. I think they got all the way through Other M. The Castlevania one, they didn't do it. The only thing that was Castlevania were the badges. There wasn't even a bunch of stuff set up, and the badges looked like Shovel Knight. So they didn't do any of that, and I remember being kind of bummed out about that. That was a year that had some kind of weirdness going on. Not with MagFest, just some weird interactions. And I think at that point I was like, you know what, I could take a year off. And then I never went back. Sounds like kids in I'm going to take a year off of college. And you never go back. MagFest Prime 4 will come out before Metroid Prime 4. Maybe that's what Metroid Prime 4 is. It's a interactive convention experience. You have to be there for Metroid Prime 4. It was a joke. I know, make it entertaining. Make it for young kids only. I mean, they would never do any of that. It would never be. I hate to say it, but it would never be profitable. You can have kids sections. I think that's important. I actually like that idea. I like for big conventions and stuff. I do like the idea of places where parents can take their kids. That it's a lot more quiet, disconnected from everything. Just for the you get the really little kids, and maybe they don't want to walk around the whole time, so they need a break. So it'd be nice to have a separate place where you can, assuming you can, because not every convention center is that big. So that was the year. I also went to Parsippany. I went to Parsippany, New Jersey, and at the Meadowlands Exposition Center. Why do I not remember it being at the Meadowlands Expo Center? I remember it being at the PAL Center. AVGC, a video game con. This was pretty cool. I like it's just like a cardboard papery, but I like this one. This was okay. I thought this was an interesting event. It was a little far to go to for this, but it was a very cool event. Oh no, I remember this one. This is the one that was in the hotel. But this was very cool. I thought this was it was a lot of fun, but it was just way too far to go to. It was like a 2.5 hour drive. And there was nothing else there. It's not like MagFest, where MagFest is a 2.5 hour drive, and then there's a bunch of stuff you can do. Or even, I mean, Too Many Games is like 40 minutes away from me, but there's other things that I can do there. We got there, and it was basically the hotel, and then the hotel was basically adjacent to the convention center. So it was. We went to Walmart. We found a Walmart to go to one night, and I was like, yeah, it's fine. It just wasn't. I don't know. Maybe just we didn't know a lot of people there. It was a new sort of thing. I think it was me and John, I think is all it was. And so it was just a new con, so maybe that was part of it. Yeah, it was a PAL center. No, not that PAL. Police Athletic League. It was like a gymnasium. But no, that was the year before. This was the year that it was in a bigger spot. Because we did go to that twice. You ever thought about coming westward for a con? To be completely honest, no. And that's not because I'm against the idea of it. It's because I am not really comfortable flying. I'm willing to try now. I think I'm at a point where I'm open to trying to get on a plane again. But that's a big gamble for me to plan some sort of a trip somewhere and then not be able to do it, and all that money goes down the drain. So, but yeah, I if money wasn't an issue. To be completely honest, if money wasn't an issue, and flying wasn't an issue, I'd go everywhere. I would love to hit up as many conventions as I can and see, feel the different vibes and see the different things. I would love to do that. I mean, as far as westward, I would say Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I feel like I have to do Comic-Con at least once. Logan, I've looked into that. The amount of time and the added cost of taking trains out west is exorbitant, to say the least. It's unless you're retired or you take a month off, it's not super feasible. It's not. SoCal Retro Gaming. I knew there was a SoCal one. At some point, Comic-Con, right? San Diego Comic-Con, you got to go to the big one at least once, just to say that you did it, which is kind of like PAX or PAX Prime, I guess they call it now. I feel like that's one that I want to go to at least once, even though they kind of burned me a few years, like some years back, and I just have no motivation to go there. Do Comic-Con before it goes the way of E3. Turn all of the cancellations recently. Did you see my post about the 2 cons coming up? European. Hold on, what did you say? Wednesday Europe tour. Oh God, I mean that would be kind of cool. I would love to do that. I'm so over Comic-Con. It's too big for its own good. Yeah, Marcos. I feel like San Diego Comic-Con would be the one that I go to, and it's just to say that I went. Right, I leave halfway through the day and come back later. Maybe there's very specific things that I go to do, or I go Friday, I go Saturday, and then Sunday I'm just like, I'll go whenever. Seattle has SakuraCon. Have I heard of Sakura? I don't think I've heard of SakuraCon. Word to the wise: schedule connecting flights with about a 2-hour layover if you can. It helps if one of your flights is delayed. Oh, I mean, I would try to fly direct just because if I can't handle it, I don't want to be stuck somewhere randomly. But the problem now is just money and getting myself on a plane. And so my thought was, maybe I can buy like a cheap flight somewhere. Maybe I can buy a flight somewhere, 45 minutes, an hour flight away, somewhere that I don't need to really plan. Hell, I could do it the same day. If I got to the airport and got on a plane at 8 o'clock in the morning and took an hour flight somewhere, assuming everything actually works, I could technically be back that night, just to see if I can get on an airplane. But that's a lot of money to kick out. And then if I can't do it, even if I can do it, it's still money I'm losing. Birmingham. Okay. If you come to San Diego, I'll take you to Balboa Park. We can go to the zoo. Head to the beach. Check out Luna Video Games from the CU podcast. It'll be great. Everybody's planning these. Everybody's planning these commercial trips. Like, right? We're skipping through the halls down San Diego Comic-Con. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. What's because the San Diego Zoo is like the big gigantic one, right? Isn't that like the biggest one in the country? It's our anime-specific convention. Which one is that? SakuraCon. We have one up here. We have an anime convention called Zenkai-Con, which is like 2.5 hours away, and I just had no interest in ever going. The only reason I'd really want to go to MomoCon is because I know people that are there. London MCM, I'm sure someone will let you crash on their sofa. I've been there 4 years in a row, but they canceled the 1 year due to COVID. Oh, you'll actually see that in the TMG badges here, because the last one I showed you was 2018, and I've only got 4 badges. When I went to Ohio, I had to go from my city. Wait, you went to Ohio? My city to Amsterdam, hour-long layover, then to Detroit. 8-hour layover in Detroit. Congratulations, you're a survivor. Then Ohio, and when I asked if I could drop the last leg, as my friends would drive me up, it'd take me 2 hours to drive to Ohio to Detroit and 2 hours back. So still faster. They told me they would cancel the whole thing if I wasn't on that last flight. And they would cancel. Oh, so they would cancel like your return trips and stuff too. So I'm guessing did you do like a travel agent? Come to Iceland. I'll take you out to the middle of nowhere. You'll love it since the view is one of a kind. Trios, how many times do I have to say if I could get on a plane and fly anywhere right now, it would probably be Iceland. It's one of the biggest for the zoo. Marcos, it's been quite a while, but I've taken a tour of the San Diego Zoo thanks to the Sega CD game. Expedia. Yeah, it's a cheaper flight. Plus, I crashed the week at my friend's, so no money on a hotel. Yeah. I was wondering why they would cancel your round trip, but yeah, if they had to cancel everything. So that's AVGC. Yeah, that's the only thing. RetroCon not RetroCon. Retropalooza in Texas. Portland Retro Gaming Expo. San Diego Comic-Con, just because it's San Diego Comic-Con. And I don't know, maybe SakuraCon, right? We can go somewhere. What's the big one in Canada? Con Bravo. That's the big Canada one. I say cheaper. It was still like 750 pounds for one person. No luggage, only carry-on. Oh my God, only carry-on to Ohio for hours and hours and hours. Okay. So that brings us to 2019. Another disappointment. So this, I don't remember how I got this badge. I don't remember if they had separate ones that said guest and creator. I think these were the guest badges. But Animal Crossing themed, so I was very Animal Crossing themed, but I did not get the t-shirt. I never, and I think they still bring the t-shirt from time to time, but I never got the t-shirt. It's the game, what is this? It's the Game Pass con. Yeah, like it's such a weird, and it's the same thing basically on both sides. So it was kind of weird, but I did have. Does it work still? I wonder if it works. This has been in my closet at work. Yeah, it's Animal Crossing. Hold on, I'm flashing it around and I'm not just holding it steady for a little bit. Meow. See? Yeah, you went to Ohio. So this has been in my closet forever. So let's see if this works. Was it? You have to push the button, right? Yeah. Oh my God, it works! Wow, it works! Does it even open? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Uh-huh. Big pimpin'. Now it won't open. Oh no! Whew. Flashy. Oh, it has, hold on, it has different things. So it blinks, and then it like slow blinks, and then it's just on, and then it stops. Stream with it on every day. Oh, that won't get distracting. That was 2019. And then we all know what happened next. Big Pimpin'. What a reference. We all know what happened next. Everybody's favorite forced time off. COVID happened. And, yeah. Basically, my friends at FC mates all live in Ohio, so I was visiting them. It was a good time. Middle of July, so weather was nice and people were normal-ish. Yeah, Ohio's not bad. I've been to Ohio before. It's not bad. With Lilac next year, too many games. Sicky Wiki year. Yeah, so that was that year, and then so obviously no badge for that year, unless you count my vaccination card. So 2021 was supposed to be back, and I don't remember it. I remember there being like a thing going on, and I think they were sort of concerned. There was still a lot of concern about gathering in large groups. I think it had a lot to do with the convention hall itself, but they decided to push it back. So 2021 was in October, and this one was kind of like video game themed. Hey, CT. This one was kind of like video game themed. This was the mini boss pass. It's like the tier. You don't get the t-shirt, and I think you get a separate bag or something, but nothing really fancy. But this was I think a lot of it was like different video game systems. It might have just been Super Nintendo, actually. But pretty cool. Yeah, simple design, not bad. This one was fun. I remember this was the you know what this was? This was the convention after I lost the weight. This was in October. At this point on October, I went to the gym and I weighed myself and I was 229. I was down from 340 earlier that year. So this was my first year back at the convention. So this was like my COVID time skip event, right? I was gonna say canon event, but I think that's bad. 2020, the year that started like a house on fire, but it was actually an Australian forest fire, and the fire was sick. I was wearing a Psychopath shirt. It was just the anime title and gun on it. This woman came right up to my friends, pointed at my shirt, and said, "I have a Psychopath too. I got mine in the Reagan administration." That happened in Ohio. I mean, that sounds accurate. Yeah, Super Famicom box packaging. This was also the year. So I think I mentioned this game before. This was also the year that a guy caught up with me and John, and I think Russ was there too. And he wanted us to test out the game that he's making. So we went and we played it, and at the time it was called Scarlet of the City of Devils. And so I've got like this and cards and stuff. I've been back twice, right? 2022 and this past year, and we have tried updated versions of the game. It's a very cool game. I actually think it's really cool. Graphically, I would like to see something a bit more detailed, but the gameplay, like some of the changes that he made to the combat system, were actually really good this year. Returning travel stories allow me to give you my trip to Japan. I flew from Keflavik Airport to Gatwick, which took 3 hours, and it transferred by bus to Heathrow for an 8-hour layover. From Heathrow, I flew to Rome, took 4 hours, and a 12-hour layover there. I mean, you could walk out and see Rome, maybe. After that, I had a 12-hour flight to Tokyo and another 8-hour layover for 1 hour flight to Kansai Airport, and shared a taxi to my hotel in Kyoto. All this traveling took 60 hours, and I didn't sleep at all for its duration. I would have slept every possible second I could have. I'm 8 kg away from my target weight after gaining 40 kilograms. When my thyroid decided it wasn't cool to stay in shape. Also, at the end, when I reached the hotel, I smacked my head on the door frame of my room. That's just trios. That's just insult to injury. But yeah, this was the year that I played that game, and this was my return to the social world without the weight. And then was 2022 Pac-Man theme. I like this one. I actually really like this badge. Another guest badge. I did the thing again. Actually, I think I bought a badge. And then I think this was the year I bought a badge and ended up trading. Like, John had an extra guest badge, so I took the guest badge, but then somebody else needed one, so I gave them mine because they were going to be there for just a day. First steps of being an influencer. They are small over here. I still have mine from there. That was your... Oh, everybody trying to knock you out to get some sleep. Oh, yeah, him hitting his head. Yeah, that was a good one. And then... This past year, same thing happened. I bought the mini boss pass literally the night before the convention, and this one was more Genesis Mega Drive themed. I bought the mini boss pass, and then I was able to get a guest badge, but I couldn't find anybody to give my mini boss pass to, so I now I have 2 for 23. But I like this lanyard better. This is kind of cool, so. And this convention was, I mean, I've already talked in length about this convention, but this was such a great experience. I really think this was my favorite Too Many Games. I just think some of the interactions that I got to have at this Too Many Games was just so good. And I'm very, very, this one here made me very grateful. And I posted a thing on Twitter about it. This one made me very grateful for you guys a lot, to be honest with you. And just, talking about social media and talking about interactions and stuff, and just in general, it made me really happy because I got to interact with some extremely cool people. I had a blast. Just a lot of fun that we fun talking, fun going out, fun spending time with people. First time we meet. Well, no, not this year. That was last year. That was 2022. But yeah, it just was such a wonderful, wonderful experience, and I got to have it, this past year and a week ago, a little over a week ago. Yeah, last year I met. Yeah, that was when we first met. Yeah, I had this at work, and then I brought it. I was going to bring it home so I can put it somewhere and figure out if I was going to do any sort of display or anything. And I realized, you know what, I kind of want to share this with you, and I want to show you, little snippets, right? Little snippets of where I've been in this sense. And again, there are a couple other ones in here, some smaller cons, stuff that didn't give out badges or they only had wristbands or something. So, yeah, I would do conventions just all the time. I love conventions. I love the convention atmosphere. I love being around all of that stuff and being around the people who like being around all of that stuff. You go, we always talk about one of the reasons a lot of us feel uncomfortable in the outside world, in the IRL space, is because we have no idea what everybody else is thinking. We don't know if who we are is going to be accepted or if we're going to get made fun of or attacked, which, for me, that was a thing as a kid. We don't know if we're going to mention our hobbies and we're going to be made fun of, or people are just going to disconnect and they're going to say, I just don't understand it. And, when you go to conventions, everybody there has in some way like-minded. Even if they don't like the thing that you like exactly, they understand the enjoyment that you get from it. And it's just a great environment. I've never had a significantly bad experience at a convention. I've never gotten into an argument or a fight with anybody. I've had disagreements with people, but it was never really a big deal. I just love it. I love the environment, and I always tell people, if you ever get a chance at any point, go to a convention, and you'd be surprised. For people who have always had a community of other geeks around, maybe you won't feel it exactly the same way, but for a lot of us who, we were the only geek in the house, and maybe there was somebody else, and maybe we had a friend group, but that friend group was tied to our school. So when you left grade school, you left those friends behind, and then when you left high school, you left those friends behind, and then you go out into the real world, and it's impossible to meet geeky people sometimes, or at least it was for a while. And then you go to convention, and everybody's cool, and everybody is, there's, some social awkwardness, right? We're not gonna glance over the fact that is a thing, but at the same time, the people are. If social awkwardness is the worst I've ever had at a convention, I've never had anything bad happen that was worse than a bad social interaction. There was never fights or anything like that. I'm like dancing around with these things. Should I do that? Will that work? Hopefully that stays. What this should do 1 year is based at different pass levels on different Sega Genesis add-ons. That would be kind of cool. From base model, yeah. So you get Dragoon. The 1 day passes are like Sega handhelds or something. Remember how they had like the Sonic 3, the LCD games? That should be the 1 day passes. And then and then it's like SG-1000, well, Mark III, right? The Master System. It's the Master System, and then it's the Genesis, and that would be kind of cool. And then on the final boss pass, it's the full like Sega Model 1 on the top loader, on the front loader with the 32X, with the Sonic, right? The whole thing stacked all the way up. I really like to go to too many games, but I feel like it's more a con for YouTubers than retro gaming stuff. Am I wrong about that assumption? Marcos, no. And I think I see Trios already said it. if there is anything that is prevalent at too many games, in my opinion, there are people. I feel like any convention you go to nowadays of any notoriety is going to have content creators. They're just going to be there, right? You know, John is there, Vinny's there, Cat Icarus is there. You know, they're just naturally there. I mean, that's sort of, and you don't have to interact with that. You don't. I don't wait in lines. I don't ever wait in the lines for any. I don't get autographs or anything like that. But if Too Many Games is anything, that's a buying convention. That is a retro game buying convention. The biggest thing there is the vendor floor. They have tons and tons of stuff. Lots of different kinds of stuff. Not as many T-shirt vendors this year, but lots of different kinds of stuff there. Yeah, if it's anything, that is a shopping convention, and I used to save up for it for that. I used to go there specifically because I was saving up money, or I was taking a chunk of my income tax check, and that was what I was going to do. I was going to go there with a wad of cash and buy a bunch of stuff. And now I'm not really buying retro anymore, or much of anything. So it was nice to spend more time socializing and having interactions with people and just walking around and seeing the sights. Like I said, I love just being in that environment where I can see people having a good time. Nothing. What is it? What's the quote? It's nothing. It's like nothing fills my geek heart with pride more than seeing other geeks be geeky about geeky things. You see what I mean? Like, it really does, man. I love going to that stuff, and I love seeing everybody freak out. I love seeing the younger generations being excited about retro games. I like seeing the old guys that they've been doing this forever, and now they're, you know, maybe now they're where I am, where they're either enjoying shopping still, or they're at a point where they're just enjoying the convention, and they go and they play the arcade games, and, you know, maybe they do meet some of their your David Hayters and your I know there were a couple years where they had like the guy that was Professor Oak. I know he was there a couple of times. Like, they always have people like that. Is this how people gamed in 1930? Pogs! And you know what, Stone? There's somebody there that sells Pogs. They have a lot of people that do tabletop stuff. So they sell, you know, Magic the Gathering cards and board games and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they have they have a giant area where you can play that stuff. And yeah, and they have tons of it. You know, tons of space where you could go and you can do that. I know that I'm pretty sure that they provide that space for Friday Night Magic. So if you want to do a big Friday Night Magic thing with your friends who you don't normally see in real life, you can do that at the convention. They should make them more exciting. Pogs more exciting? I don't think that that's possible. Pogs are the most exciting thing. Pogs are the most exciting things to hit the playground since Jax. I don't know. We agree to disagree on that one. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun when I go to those, so I always think that people should do them. I kind of want to properly give Yu-Gi-Oh a try after this year's TMG. I just don't know where to start. What's the best place to start? Is there a best place to start? Duel Links? Maybe? Master Duel? If Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, I think, is a good place to start. I would probably avoid going online and just play the CPU. But I think I think Master Duel might be a good start. I think that does a relatively decent job of explaining certain things. Or at least the base anyway. Although I was advised to give Master Duel a try. Yeah, I think that's probably your best bet. Oh, I said there were board games. All right. You got one by me. Here you go. All right, board games. Imagine asking your normie friends if they want to go for Friday Night Magic, and they realize what you. Oh, wait a minute. These are all cards. If you want to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh, I recommend Legacy of the Duelist for Switch. It starts from OG and goes up to Modern. Yes, Master Duel, where the most powerful card is the credit card. Hey, Metal Sound, Specifically, it's Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution I recommend. I should think about doing more conventions. I just need to figure out which ones are in the local area to start and go from there. Now, you know how we feel. Yeah, I love conventions. I think that they're a ton of fun. I think that they're a great experience that people should go to, and you always hear the jokes, right? You hear the hey, Metal Sound. The week wasn't too bad. Not too bad, Metal Sound. I hope your week is doing okay as well. I have some bits. What is this super fun secret? Oh, CT, you missed it. I went over. Oh, CT, now I feel bad. I saved my badges from conventions, but I usually keep them at work. So I decided to bring them home so I can try and figure out some sort of display with them. And I decided to go through them with everybody and show you. I have TMG badges from 2013, and then I got a couple other badges for different things. Oh no. I mean, we'll probably play something, but. That was my super special thing. I'm sorry, it wasn't that special. I just wanted to show that off, and I wanted to talk to you guys. And I like stuff like that. It's memorabilia, and one of the things that's great about people always say like, oh, you should take the memories, and yeah, but the memorabilia is cool. I like that. I like going through my badges and just sort of remember which events were what. I kind of wish I remember the one that Derposaurus was found in, which I probably could find out. I know that we used to do like spoils videos where we would show off everything that we bought at the end of the convention, and that's where we debuted him. He was in one of those. So I want to say it was 2015 or 2016 for Derposaurus. When were you born? I don't know. Oh. He's still here. He's still kicking. I got all that crap out of him, and I stuffed him full of cotton, so he's in much better shape now. I like the stroll down memory lane. I activate my magic card, credit card. This allows me to summon multiple cards to the field at the expense of double my life points. That does sound like the modern workforce. Thank you for the show and tell. The apple slices, cookies, and juice boxes are in the back. Yeah, you can get those yourself. All right. So as for what to play, there was a topic that I read here that I wanted to ask. I'll probably save it for another time. I might save this for another. Who is this? Somebody named Hyperdrive. Brought up an interesting question just about whether or not you think that. Do you think it's better to make and you guys know I wasn't really gonna discuss this just because I think most of you know my opinion on this. I do have an opinion on this, which is do you make a new iteration of a game every few years, or do you keep supporting a game through the life of the system? Like, let's say a game came out relatively early in the Switch's life. This was specifically about Mario Kart and about how, they should be making a new one, not adding DLC. And this is all it is extra courses, which is fine by me. I like the mechanics of the game. Alan Wake, hold on. Alan Wake, Black Ops Cold War, and Endling? What the heck was the last game? I think we did this one before. Yeah, I read this and I thought it would be kind of interesting. Endling, right? I got it right. My standing on this is I like DLC. I've never made that a secret. I don't like pay to win. I don't like DLC that feels like it should have been in the original game. If your story ends on a cliffhanger and you sell me the rest of the story 6 months later, I do not like that practice. But if you give me a complete story and then you sell me another story down the line, I'm fine with that. I'm totally okay with that. I have no problem with DLC. At this point, I actually would prefer if certain games that can be upgraded just had iterations. I don't need another Smash Brothers. I don't need, that's probably going to be an unpopular topic. But when if the Switch 2, the next system that doesn't have backwards compatibility with the Switch, I hope that they just put Smash Ultimate on the system. I'm fine with that. I'm totally okay with that. I think it's a great game. If you're going to make a new one, then that's fine. But that has to be the one for the system. And then throughout the life of the system, you upgrade the game. Even if it takes, 4 years or so. I get DLC. We get extra characters. We get different modes. You got it. That's another thing is that Smash Brothers, it's not stale, but all they were adding was extra characters. And I would have loved to seen them add extra modes and stuff. We said plenty of times, could you put Smash Run in the game? So I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. So something like Mario Kart I've defended. And I've said, yeah, this is fine. I like the mechanics. I don't want a new mechanic. I don't need something else, right? What are you going to bring? And I mentioned this earlier. Like, what are you going to bring back? The double dash mechanic? That's really cool, except you don't need a whole new game to do that. You really could just add a DLC mode upgrade. The sixth pass, right? The sixth, whatever it is, wave 6 of the DLC, that could easily include modes where you can do different things and you can play different battle games with different rules, or there's completely new modes where there's the double dash mode where you pick 2 characters and that gives you different abilities, or modes where you can change the gravity and affect the game in different ways. Like, that's super interesting. I find that to be a lot of fun. I find that to add replayability in some way. Not every game. Some games, they get the extra modes and they feel like goofy modes, and then you go back and you play the regular mode. But then you look at, like, and I know this is, comparing apples to I don't know, monster trucks here, but Fortnite added the zero build mode, which my understanding of the zero build mode was that it was supposed to be temporary, and everybody loved it, and then they kept it. And so they're like, yeah, we're going to do this thing. It's going to be cool. And then there's tons of people playing the zero build mode. It brought a lot of players back, and it brought me back. I didn't want to play build. So I wanted to play zero. Once I found out they took out the building, I was like, oh, I have to try this out. To get the rest of the Uncle Silver's true opinions, you must buy the $29.99 DLC. This may or may not already be on the disc. Yeah, if you pay for it, and it's a 5 megabyte download. Animal Crossing is definitely a game that could get away with that model. Certainly for longer than... Yeah, that's my biggest disappointment with Animal Crossing, is that it felt like New Leaf got so much support for so long, and then New Horizons, which arguably could have been the biggest, longest-lasting Animal Crossing game so far, it felt like it barely got anything, right? We got the home designer upgrade, which you had to pay for, but it wasn't enough. There wasn't enough stuff to do, and it wasn't, you should have kept adding this. It should have been a game that went on for a while, and you added holidays, or you added items, and we got unique items for the sorry, getting a phone call. We got unique items for New Leaf for years. At one point, I didn't realize that we were still getting them. Smash and Mario Kart are unique in the fact that they always released one per console. Did they all... Smash got one? Yeah. Yeah, they all got one per console. But then you look at something like 64, and it got one per console. And if it ever got another one, it would be a whole new game. Nowadays, you don't have to do that. I've said the same thing with sports games. I don't understand why people would go and buy a new Madden game or something like that every year. Really, the companies would probably do a lot better if they were just selling you roster updates and extra game modes or whatever changes they were going to make. If they were able to do them as some sort of a DLC and sell it for 20 or 30 or even $30, a lot of people would probably say, yeah, I'd rather just do that. I like this game. I have it. It's already, I'm familiar with it. So let me just upgrade it. Let me just add a roster. That's all I need to do. So you don't need a new Madden every year. You're good with Madden. You're good with, what you're good with? Madden PS5, right? They're always trying to figure out, they gotta call it the new thing, and they gotta call it Madden PS5. You don't make any more for the life of the PS5, and then you just upgrade it. and you keep it going. And then that's the game. Yeah, tweaks to the gameplay physics if it's necessary, which it doesn't normally need to be, I think, for something like a football game. But, maybe the player stats and stuff. If you want to add different modes, you're going to add new rosters, you're going to add schedule changes, just add all of that and then charge all of the players $20-$30 a year. Hold on, let me go back up. Tekken 7 did that. You had the game, and later on as DLC, they added Tekken Bowl. I like when DLC is used well. Sometimes it's used poorly to sell us what the game lacked. But when used right, it's more of what we want. In truth, I think part of the reason New Leaf got that support was because they needed to extend the 3DS a bit longer with the Wii U flopping. Maybe, Mr. L, maybe, but whether it is or isn't true, it's still got extended support. It's still got more support than New Horizons, which that game sold incredibly well, partially because it was on a home system, partially because it was the new Animal Crossing, and partially because of Cove. So it sold amazingly. If they would have added, which they did eventually add some kind of DLC, there just should have been continued support for that game, and I think it would have lasted a lot longer. Yeah, New Leaf got lots of support because Nintendo needed the 3DS to carry them. New Horizons was on a system and also was so overplayed, people moved past it in record time. I went back for the DLC. I went back to try that out. New Horizons losing support was so deflating. The team went on to help work on Splatoon 3, which is, at least it's a team well spent. Unless you count Mario Kart Live. Except for the Switch, I don't count Mario Kart 8 as a Wii U port. Oh, you don't count Mario Kart 8 as it was a Wii. Now, Lilac, what do you think about the fact that Mario Kart 8 is a Wii U port, but now it has a lot of content that was not in the Wii U game? It's a Madden. Ideally, that would be the better thing to do. The problem is people don't know any better. But if they upgrade it, they can't take the MTX items from you and sell them back in loot boxes. That's kind of true too. The biggest New Leaf DLC, Welcome Amiibo, was released during the Wii U bleeding money phase. It's true. I remember thinking, why is New Horizons suddenly getting new content after what was 2 years of nothing? DLC came out quite a while after New Horizons came out. We had time to move on and feel yeah, you're right about that. And many even here. Yeah, I was on Animal Crossing New Horizons. I was on steady for like 4 or 5 months, and then when I dropped off, I just completely fell off, and I've barely ever been back to my town. We could do that today. We can go back to my town today, but I barely went back on. Right, the drop off was like off a cliff. Mario Kart 8 might as well be a Switch game. Most people, yeah, it's an interesting sort of thing. Because Mario Kart 8, yeah, it was technically it came from another game. It was from another system, but it now has content that wasn't in the original game, and the original game was on a system that didn't really sell well. Like this, I think Mario Kart 8 has sold twice as many games as Wii U systems sold. So it feels like the vast majority of Switch players of Mario Kart 8 Switch players are new to the game. People have questioned how the next Mario Kart will complete. Wait, the next Mario Kart will be complete with 8 DX songs of content. Wait, hold on. I think I'm lost there. What if they're able to bring forward the booster course passes for the next game? Would depend on whether or not those tracks would support any of the new mechanics introduced. I mean, they would update them, right? When they added flying to the game, and the upside down, like the gravity stuff, they brought back some old courses and reintegrated or integrated certain aspects of the new mechanics. So they could easily do that. I feel like that's very simple. I question what mechanic I would want to even see. Maybe a booster jump, maybe a gravity jump. Like there's tunnels, and when you're driving on the tunnel and you double tap jump, you do the flip, or maybe there's an item that makes you do it, or there's pads or something. that when you run over them, well, you would need a mechanic that you can control yourself. But yeah, I feel like any mechanic you come up with can probably be integrated into some of the courses, which is what they did for 8. Actually, 8 was the one that turned things up. Like you could do the magnetic right to the course and go upside down and stuff. And they brought back old courses and they added certain elements to that. Goes back to Silver's Animal Crossing town, and half of it is on fire. The other half is weeds growing, which will soon catch fire. While it's a shame New Horizons didn't get DLC, if you look back on opinions around the time, faster than 4-month period, people had kind of turned on the game and moved on. So when we got the Happy Home DLC, I was legit surprised they went back. Nintendo usually reads that more and drops DLC ideas when it happens. Look at the sports games. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame for Animal. I think, you know what I wonder, Dragoon? I wonder if it's because they thought it would last longer, right? They can't change plans at the last second. So they probably thought that the popularity of Animal Crossing was going to last a little bit longer, not realizing, like I would imagine their thinking was, oh, people are at home playing Animal Crossing. We've got a whole new slew of fans, and they're going to love it. And what they didn't realize was, wow, people spent the last 3 months continuously playing Animal Crossing. Once they got a chance to escape, they were out. They dropped that game hard. Yeah, people are exactly sure they're not supposed to play it 4 months in a row. And that's what happened. And that's basically exactly what happened. Yeah, so for that question, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine making one game and then having it last through the life of the system for certain experiences, right? For something like Mario Odyssey, maybe you'll want a whole new game. For Zelda, maybe you'll want a whole new game, which I actually did. We talked about the Tears of the Kingdom and that formula, that open world Zelda formula. I've said before that you could get away, I think, with a $20 or $30 massive DLC story patch that adds like sort of like dungeon areas, right? Like traditional Zelda things, but adds them on the map. It like a magic spell isolates certain areas, and now you have to go through those areas as you would a regular Zelda game. You know, Gerudo Town along with the area that's to the north of the ruins that gets sealed in a dome or trapped in a magic spell, and you have to go in, but when you go in, you can't use the building. So now you have to play the game like a traditional Zelda game where you have to wander around and find keys and defeat enemies to open gates and figure out the special thing that you need to do for the dungeon. And you could do that. You could have a full Zelda story sold to you as DLC that takes place in Tears of the Kingdom, in that version of Hyrule. You know, you have to go underground. There's a sky temple that suddenly appeared. It turns out there was a thing in the lake over there, and nobody ever knew about it. And all of these things exist in the game that you already own. You just have to drop another $30 on a full complete story, and it's an 8 dungeon run. For F-Zero, you just want anything. What's this? There's a new game out. Wait, what? Yeah, add underwater exploration. Yeah, I mean, you can add underwater exploration. Sky Pirate, I wouldn't say underwater. I would just say on the surface. I would just say that you sail out. That's another thing. You don't even have to take place in that Hyrule. You could use that game engine and then sell everybody a DLC adventure. That would probably be a bit of an addition, to be honest with you. But if you could just sail out to the ocean, and you go out to the ocean, and there's a whole thing there, like almost like Wind Waker. But yeah, even if you add underwater in Lake Hylia and some of the rivers and creeks and lakes and stuff, you could add tons of exploration down there. You know, turns out there are caves down there that actually do drop into the underground somehow. There's a ton of stuff that you can add to that game, and you can do it all through DLC. I don't need another $70 Zelda game. Animal Crossing open world game? Wow, gigantic map Animal Crossing, and you only have to worry about a small section of it? Oh. Okay. I'm sorry, Jerf. I wasn't sure what you were saying there. I could finally stop playing this life. But yeah, but Jerf, I just go out and I find other other people. It sounds like they were planning to try and do something like that with Halo Infinite single player, used as a platform to add to over time. But the game now seems to have crumbled, and that's their own fault. That was their own mistake there. With Zelda, I'd like the same game engine, but please, can we leave Hyrule now? So yes, I mean, so even that, Marcos. Let's say you sell me a Zelda DLC that takes place. You know, it's just an addition to Tears of the Kingdom, but I go to Clocktown. Where the hell what was the name of the land that Clocktown was in? Oh my god, hold on, I'm not looking at chat. I didn't finish the game. In Majora's Mask, Termina, right? Termina, yes. Open Animal Crossing MMO. Is there anything like that? Is there a cozy game MMO out there? Sail to different towns using different on different islands. Visit other friends' countries. Yeah, that would be so awesome. Also earlier, I think someone above was trying to say how now some people say if Mario Kart 9 releases with the normal amount of tracks, people will think it's automatically a failure because of how much added track-wise. We've said that about Smash Brothers too. We've said that if you make a new Smash Brothers and you don't put every single character into the game day one, the first thing everybody's going to complain about, and they're technically going to be right, is that you cut the roster into a quarter. Is that you took 25% of the you took 75% of the characters away, and then you're gonna sell the rest to us on a fighter pass. That's what people will say, and they wouldn't necessarily be wrong. And then you know what? And then you know what'll happen. Then you know what'll happen when that happens. We'll all buy the game anyway. We'll all buy the fighter pass anyway, and we'll all have a whole obnoxious group of discussions about who's getting into the game and why they're not eligible because they weren't in the game before. They're eligible, but they were an assist trophy. So now and then they'll add John McClane from Die Hard to the game, and then people will say, "Oh, we can add movie characters now," and it'll be another 5 years of headaches. I like the Smash speculation, but I was also able to do the Smash speculation in a very mild way. I was not sitting there yelling about how my character wasn't getting into the game or who earned the right to get into the game. I was just able to look at it and say, man, I think that these characters would be kind of cool, and leave it at that. Hyrulant. Termina. Honestly, I think it would be an interesting idea to make Clocktown a gigantic settlement that the story takes place solely in. Could be a bit different from Zelda. It's the Pokemon problem. 1,000 plus Pokemon to keep track of, and always update is crazy. But touch the roster and fans will scream and call you a monster because it's someone's favorite Pokemon. Yeah, and you can't. At Pokemon, like, that's one of the curses with Pokemon is, you know, it makes me laugh when people say, oh, well, because I think they did it with Sword and Shield. And I don't remember. I don't think they did it with Scarlet and Violet as much, but they had this whole thing about the character models are right there. It's like, yeah, the character models are there, but you have to add all of the combat moves. You have to add all of the effects. You have to have all of the interactions with other combat moves. Everything has to be stat controlled. You can't just drop a bunch of characters in there and their levels are all 1 or 100. You have to balance the characters properly. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into it. To say, why aren't my 1,000 characters in the game? It's like, then you put them in there. Scarlet and Violet also has it, but they added some back. Well, Dragoon, I remember that being a big deal for Sword and Shield. When Scarlet and Violet came out, everybody's characters were falling through the floor. So, everybody was falling through the floor, or they were growing really gigantic for no reason whatsoever, or they were somehow sticking their Pokemon's head up their butt, and it was just one glitch after another. You know what's great about Pokemon Legends? A nice focused roster. Like, that's good. That's good. I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that. I have to play that game too. Arceus Legends, right? Or Arceus Legends. I have to play that game. Everybody told me that I would actually like, because that's my problem with Pokemon. Pokemon's a lot. When you play a Pokemon game, there's a lot going on, and I usually don't like most of it. But yeah, that was my thoughts on that. So I hope that was sort of interesting. Yeah, Legends has like 200 Pokemon, which is awesome. That's fine. I think I can handle that. Who is everybody? I know, Jerf. I like getting everybody roused up with that. Yeah, I know that the majority of people didn't have either any of those problems or at least that many of those problems for it to be an issue, but it's always fun to make jokes about it. Legends Arceus is okay. Fell off after a while. I mean, that's Bobo. It's a storyline based game though, right? That's a very story driven game for the most part. So I feel like once you beat the story, it's kind of natural to fall off of those games. Pokemon is, you can fall off of, or not even fall off. You can just stop playing a Pokemon game after the story ends. But that's it almost feels like such a minor part of the game sometimes for me. It always feels like the main thing about Pokemon is a collectathon. So when you beat, when there's 150 Pokemon that you can catch and you get to the end game and you've caught 40 or 50 of them, it's like, yeah, okay. I feel like the majority of what they want me to do is explore after and find more Pokemon. Legends like 45 on Amazon, which for a Pokemon is pretty great. Yeah. A huge majority of the bugs in Scarvio were people seeking them out or revolved around the online. Yeah, and Lilac, not to mention the people who were modding the game, right? They were playing it on an emulator and stuff, and it was messing up. Legend Arceus followed quicker partially because it was mainly single player. It didn't have any sort of competitive. Yeah, see, that's exactly it. And I'm fine with that. That's a better experience for me, is to have a story and have tasks that I can complete. And when I'm done, I just move on. I don't have to worry about, well, I need to go and now I need to finish the battle arena. Now I need to fight the Elite Four 10 more times. And now I need to capture Pokemon with IVs and EVs. And all I care about is EVs, so I don't even need IVs. And it's just a big, giant mess. I have to actually finish Arceus. Still hope to catch everything, but the Pokemon based in Japanese gods are giving me lots of headaches. Freaking roaming legendaries. Yeah, I that's all. That was my DLC discussion. I think that was kind of an interesting discussion. I completed the Pokedex in Legends because it was legit doable without stress. I know what an Eevee is, but what's an Ivy? Yeah, it's a Latimer. It's a mythical Pokemon that looks exactly like the 70 other Pokemon that you caught before, but for some reason the game has decided that one learns things better. It's what I think. I think that's what the IVs are for, right? Arceus brought one thing people have wandered for a while to light. Pokemon are freaking scary. That's what Pal World is for. That's where I'm seeing ads for Pal World pop up. So hopefully we'll play that one someday. Arceus also has one of the easier shiny systems, which I've never cared about shiny hunting. Like that's just a randomized thing. It's for me, for shinies, there's no goal there. There's no task to be completed other than spend as much time as you can walking around. Am I right that shinies, there's nothing you can do to increase the rate of shinies? You walk around and you hope they appear. If you play Arceus, there's a good chance you'll just find one. Yeah, as a shiny hunter, I find your statement very reasonable. Gold. I wasn't sure if I was about to start a fight. You have increased odds. Okay. There's plenty of quality of life changes Legends Arceus has that were not present in SV. Screw Power World. When you turn the corner near the standing area and a level 40 Snorlax looks at you and attacks you, the trainer, with a bloody upper beam. I was actually... are there ways to infect shiny rates? There are ways to make them more frequent, but it's all RNG. I mean, and what does more frequent mean? Plus, like 0.5 or 0.05% to 0.051%. Like what's how much does it significantly increase your odds? Doubles the chance with the shiny charm. So 0.05 to 0.1. All right, so there's a 0.1. Now there's a 0.1% chance that I catch one. Although I guess that is technically still double. Going firm, like 1 in 6,000 to 1 in 1,400 or 2,000. Yeah, that's wild to me. In Pokemon, you have a base 1 in 4,093. Like that just doesn't interest me. That it just doesn't feel like there's a task there that I want to complete, other than just pumping a lot of time into the game. Like seeing them fight over other Pokemon, or maybe trying to collect food. Those were the old. Oh, those are the old numbers. It's massively reduced. Okay. I just wish Pokemon were more interactive and had more personality in the game. Legend shiny rates are even better. How was my fourth? My fourth was fine. I ended up sitting around and actually no, I ended up having to leave and I went for a walk. And I saw some of the parade. They do like the 4th of July parade around here, but none of the people that I know that always go there and I always meet up with them, they didn't go, so I wasn't going to go anyway. But I ended up having to go to the supermarket, so I'm like, oh, I'll go. And then I went to the supermarket, and I think I stopped at Wawa, and I, watched the parade go by. It was nice. I hope you had a good one. This won't work. Yeah, Jerf, it's all still closed off. I think the best mechanic Legends has over Gen 9 is that it doesn't force you into any wild battles you don't want to. Yeah, it's ultimately bragging rights. It's ultimately bragging rights. It's just nice with some, like Ponyta and Rapidash having blue pearl. Oh, they're very cool. They're like, don't get me wrong. The shinies in Pokemon are very cool. It's very interesting to see them, but it doesn't. There doesn't feel like there's any achievement to me. Like if I have to defeat a hard sequence of bosses or something, and I get a hat at the end of it, I'll feel like that's more of an accomplishment than just walking around in circles and getting different colored Pokemon. Because they're not even more powerful, right? Shiny Pokemon aren't dramatically stronger than the other ones. It's just a bragging rights appearance thing. Gen 6 made it very accessible, and been completing my shiny living deck since shiny living deck since 2016. That's wild. That's wild. I applaud your dedication. I legit have several shiny Ralts, Baby Gardevoir in my Pokemon home because it's my fave Pokemon. I think I had one of those. I think somebody gave me a shiny Ralt just because I like Gardevoir. Gardevoir or Gardevoir? So you're like me. Just take it easy during your country's independence. Yeah, I don't need to blow anything up. That was when I was a kid. In Legends Arceus, I find shinies like Piñata candy. I was going to say Piña Colada. Piñata candy from a birthday party. Actually going for a Shinymon in SV right now. One of the best World of Light, Quality of Life change Arceus had that Gen 9 kept. Losing moves is gone. What do you mean? You learn everything and just select the 4 that you want to use in battle. Oh, I actually kind of like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, shinies aren't any different stat-wise. You would love fighting alpha Pokemon in Legends Arceus. For context, I tried to share something I clipped from Elliot's stream where he almost got hyper beamed to death. Oh, you can share it on Discord. I have to keep them turned off here. I think only in Gold and Silver they were slightly stronger. To be fair, when you talk about having a living dex, for many it's a long-term endeavor. So sure, having all 1,000 seems crazy until you go it's over 1,000 in many. Wait. Until you go, it's over 1,000 in many years of playing. I only caught one shiny in my many years of playing Pokemon. All moves you learn are stored to be relearned later. Yeah, and it's in Discord. Okay, there you go. Oh, this is the Octillery Hyper Beams. All right, I'll hang on to that link there. Don't autoplay it. Don't do that. I told you to pause. Oh, and that's him playing Legends Arceus. Okay. Yeah. Also, I brought speed power system. Every move, you can have attack normally or use a speed form that reduces power but makes you act faster. So you can get 2 turns in a row at times. Power, which boosts the damage at the expense of speed. So I wonder if you can use that with like quick attack and make a really strong quick attack. Scarvio also lets you relearn TMs you reach and delete. Scarvio has separate actual plots and NPCs that get involved heavily in them like you want it. At this point, I've gotten all of the shinies up to Gen 7. Gen 8 and 9 still require a decent amount of hunting. Yeah, Arceus sounds like the game for me. Arceus definitely sounds like the game for me. Gen 8 did not have many shiny hunting methods, so it takes a while. Every single move has a speed power form. Okay, yeah, that would actually be, that would be kind of cool. Power form, or power form quick attack. So you go first, but it's a stronger attack. And power form, what's the Swift? The one that's it's like 100% hit rate. I think I remember a move. I was gonna say spell. A move being called Swift. Oh, quick attack doesn't go first in Legends. That's how they solve that problem. Swift sucks. Yeah, but if you power it up, right, you get 100% hit rate and you get a decent attack. To this day, it's hilarious to me how people were like, Scarvio is going to have Legends elements, and I was like, you realize they were co-developed. Scarvio is already mostly done by the time Legends came out. They aren't scrapping all that work. I'll be honest, I didn't, at the time when Legends was first announced and they were showing it, I didn't really have a feeling that it was going to be the next direction, specifically because it wasn't 2 games. Like that was my logic. It was all basically based around the fact that it wasn't 2 games, and Pokemon has literally always been 2 games. So I didn't really think that was going to be the main direction. That made me a little more interested in it, but I was wondering if Legends was going to be the testing ground for new mechanics for the main series. That was kind of what I was thinking, and I'm guessing that's what you were saying there too. And it sounds like it's kind of a bummer because it does sound like people liked some of the mechanics from Legends. So I guess you could say that it's kind of a shame that they didn't do that. Legends still uses Final Fantasy X style of turn-based. It's not you then them. It's then you then them. It's purely on speed, so you can have it like you them. Lilac. So that's like a strategy game. That's more like tactics. You know, to me, Lilac, that's unit-based gameplay. If I called that anything, I would call that a unit-based turn-based system. So it's the unit's speed that determine when they go. Which that's technically a lot of systems though, right? Right, even something like Final Fantasy VII, you go back that far, and it's whoever's turn is up, but that includes the enemies. So that's really kind of what it always is. You can hit Pokemon underground or flying. With Swift. Basically, spend 2 move points. Fast, weaker means it increases the chance you can move again immediately. Slow, stronger means it hits harder, but makes it more likely your opponent will move twice. As I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest flaws I find with Gen 9 is that every few steps you can find yourself tripping up on smaller Pokemon, which then force you to stop and enter the battle phase. So Mr. L also missing one of my favorite features, which is some sort of repel for smaller enemies. Well, wait, it doesn't Pokemon have repel? Wouldn't that actually protect you? After it came out, everyone was like, Scarvio's got to do this or it'll be bad, ignoring that Scarvio had been worked on for quite a while before. Oh, yeah, that game, it wasn't. Unfortunately, I didn't find out till later how long it was in development for. Yeah, it wasn't going to have any of the Legends elements. Yeah, you can get repels. You can see a Pokemon on the map so you can dodge them. You don't need to have a Pokemon out. Have your Pokemon out. If you see a Pokemon you want to catch, you can just toss your balls in their face, and if they break out, you can try running and hiding, because they will attack the trainer and knock you out, or you can toss your Pokemon at them and fight. Legends actually does not have repels. Really? There's no repel system in Legends? Ugh. That's kind of weird. That's a pet peeve for me. I think there's no need. Well, yeah, I guess technically there's no need for them. Yeah, that's always been a pet peeve for me. But even then, that's a pet peeve for me. Just because I don't want to be. So can you ever be aggroed by the Pokemon? Like, let's say you're in an area and the Pokemon are stronger than you. Can you be aggroed by Pokemon, or is it as long as you stay away, they'll never target you? Remember, this was also in the past. You don't need repels. You can just walk around a Pokemon. Legends didn't need them because you can't be forced into battle with wild Pokemon. But in Legends, it doesn't force you to enter battle just by touching wild Pokemon. You have to actually throw out your own. Okay. Repels are kind of more of a remedy on games that have random encounters. Oh, they will charge you. There are passive and aggressive. Some Pokemon are aggressive while some are passive. They will charge you if they're mad at them. Okay, so there is some sort of gating mechanic so that you can't just go wherever you want to. There is a level-based gate based on the enemies. Okay, so there is something there. So yeah, I guess if you're in a lower level area, I mean, I guess by aggro, they'll basically ignore you. Like MMOs. WoW was the first time I'd ever experienced anything like that, where the enemies had a moderately sized aggro circle, and then the higher level you were, the smaller that circle was. Like, you'd have to walk into them for them to fight you. And even at some point, they wouldn't do it anymore. But then the enemies that were higher level had a larger aggro area. So if they spotted you at all, they were going to chase you down. No, you can run around them if you're clever or fast enough, which I did a few times. Paris hate humans. That was before the concept of people catching Pokemon. People feared Pokemon and kept to towns. With only a handful of people having a few Pokemon partnerships, you can get stuff to quiet steps. Oh, and stuff. But overall, the world doesn't explore just yet. So it never needed to make stuff around that. Oh, yeah, you're right, because Legends is in the past. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Even Pokeballs are the old apricot balls. They, for some reason, are mad as hell in Legends. The baby luxury I'm getting mixed up. I think I'm getting both of those games mixed up. The baby luxury Pokemon are surprisingly aggressive for having such a cute face. It's a bit like Xenoblade, where various enemy mobs can have different behaviors. I mean, that's another series I want to eventually get to. All right. I don't know that I have. Hold on, let me double check here. I don't think I have any other topics. Let me see here. I think this was Indigo. Indigo said that I should rank all of the Fire Emblem games from best to worst. And I said, yeah, that's great. The first thing I'll do is put every Fire Emblem game I've never played in F tier. Xenoblade games are long. Yeah, they're not. When I do finally get to Xenoblade, because I will at some point, they are not. I'm not even going to pretend they're stream games. There's no point in even acting like that's going to be the case. Xenoblade games make MMOs look short. Oof, oh god. Yeah, I wouldn't even. Yeah, there's not even a question. I can't even get through a Yakuza game. Are you kidding me? I can't even get through Digimon. There's no way I play a Xenoblade game on stream. All right. I don't really have anything else. Did you want to play something for an hour? Did we want to do anything? Or I mean, I don't know. What do you want to do? But you can start a series. Uncle baffled by British accents. Baffled by British accents? I mean, I certainly couldn't tell you what area everybody's accent came from. I certainly don't know that. Play Yakuza? I'm definitely not gonna. I'm definitely not gonna play Yakuza. And even if I was going to, it's over there. I moved the PS4's over there. How about Chrono Trigger? Well, we were looking at it yesterday. I do have the SNES minis hooked up. I can play some of that. Gonzales, ore wa suyoi, ore ikara shiruba pointo. Ghost Trick is out and is cheap. That game is going to destroy my voice if I play that game. Oh, that's actually an interesting. That's a good question, Lilac. If you'll indulge me to ask my own personal questions here. Well, not personal, but what are your thoughts on visual novel type games? Or have you? I've never really played any of them other than Doki Doki Literature Club. What are your thoughts on them? Do you guys play them? Do you? I don't know why. There was a game that came out, and I think it's a visual. Is Rain Code a visual novel? I saw a game come out recently that was a visual novel, and I was like, this actually looks kind of cool. And I don't remember what one it was. I don't remember if it was Rain Code or not. It might have been Rain Code then. Yeah, that game's more of a point and click. Yeah, it's just a Stone. It's a visual novels. I also kind of treat like point and click games because my understanding is that sometimes they do. Other than the fact that you're just making choices, sometimes there are little things that you do. So it's kind of you're not walking a character around. That's sort of why I associate them together. You're not walking around with a character. You're pointing and clicking and making things happen. I love them, but they aren't for everyone. You quit Yakuza right before one of Kiryu's best character moments. See, I feel bad now. Man, Sentinel, you're killing me here. My thoughts are they can be good and bad. Lilac, tell me more about your thoughts. With a few exceptions, not really my taste. It's the Danganronpa people. Oh, that made Rain Code? I really would suggest you at least try the first. Oh, I've played the first Ace Attorney. I'm sorry, I have played the first Ace Attorney. I never played any of the ones past it. And I played the first Ace Attorney on DS when it came out. So, but that's the only one I played. I've only played great Ace Attorney games, but they're great. Digimon Survive is pretty good. It even has tactical combat. For example, I love Digimon Survive, but I wouldn't recommend it to just anyone. I treat them as a digital book. I read to myself. Thing is with visual novels now is less 2D pictures and more cutscenes with text boxes, which I'm not really that bad with. I think that's kind of an interesting take on visual novels is that it's all cutscene. I mean, isn't that what Metal Gear? What's it? Metal Gear 4? And what's the Final Fantasy 16? I got a lot of people. I see a lot of people saying that Final Fantasy 16 is some gameplay and a lot of cutscene. Speaking of Xenoblade, Xenosaga. For the bit of Xenosaga that I played, I feel like you play that game for 10 minutes and then there's 20 minutes of cutscenes. You have really good ones like Ace Attorney, Digimon Survive, Danganronpa, and then Nonary games. Point and click has gameplay. Visual novels only ask you to navigate a DVD menu. That's how I distinguish them. Yeah, you're kind of right about that. Ace Attorney is a good series to get into visual novels, especially if you don't want to read lots of dialogue. It can make them tough to stream. Yeah, I wouldn't stream them at all. I don't know. So I'm not really playing Zelda anymore, and I'm looking for something else to play. And I could eat that time up with, off-stream, go through Yakuza and maybe even Digimon, right? Play them off-stream. Because I do want to do that at some point. I want to play those games off-stream and see how different the vibe is when I play off-stream. So I wouldn't mind doing that, but I was just trying to find something else to play, and then I think it was Rain Code that I saw, and I'm like, this actually looks kind of cool. So I don't know. I was just kind of curious about it, and I don't know. Oh, Zero Escape Nonary. Oh, wait, Zero Escape? What do you mean? But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of interesting, and I wasn't sure if you guys ever actually played them, and like what kind of It might be time for Xenoblade. Xenoblade is 1 to 2 hours of walking to an object, trying not to die, and then being rewarded with a break scene. Xenosaga is kind of infamous for the cutscenes. Their main writer was let's go between games, and the director just kind of barfed everything he wanted onto the script without the help of a writer to condense and present stuff properly. Yeah, I just remember it being a lot of cutscenes. And I'd play the game, and I'd go through an area for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden I would go back to the show. That's what it felt like, which was kind of cool with Xenosaga. It felt like an anime that I played. I played parts of it, like the transitional parts of the characters. I played them getting from one spot to the next, and then the show turned on, right? And then I watched a program for 10, 15 minutes. Here, Dragon's Lair is a game where you press like one button and then a cutscene. Well, 10 hours, Dragon's Lair is a different kind of game. I mean, it is that. It basically, it's an animation that plays out, and then QTEs. If you're familiar with like QuickTime events in Metal Gear games, that's what Dragon's Lair is. It's just if you don't get the QuickTime event, you die, and that's all it is. So Dragon's Lair is basically memorization. It's a lot of memorization on how to get through the game. Nonary Games is 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Hey Ed9, right? Physical copy of Raincoat. Part of me is now nervous to even open it because it seems like it's going to be quite rare, at least for the Western copies. Yeah, I don't I just got back from shopping. What are we talking about? Oh, hey Sean. Talking about visual novel games and if you guys play them or I think Raincoat. Let me look it up just to make sure. I think Raincoat is the game that I've been seeing around, and I thought it looked cool. So it made me think about visual novels, and I've never really played visual novels except for the first Ace Attorney, and I know it's technically different, but like a little Ghost Trick doesn't really count. Oh, and Literature Club, Doki Doki Literature Club. Images. Yeah, this is the one. This is what I was seeing, and I thought like, oh, this is probably really cool. There's probably a really cool story involved here. Yeah, Dragon's Lair is a collection of QuickTime events. If you want to get into visual novels, the Ace Attorney series is a good bet to ease yourself into. And I still have the first one. I bought the 3DS games. I think I bought the 3DS games right before the store shut down. So if I download them on the 3DS, I'll have them to play there too. Or I did already download them. So I should have them to play. I just don't want to play on the 3DS. Nonary Game. Oh, the Nonary Game. Oh, that's an actual game. Is a series of visual novels. It's basically like Cube or Saw, just without the gore. You and a bunch of other people have been locked up. A bunny tells you that you have to solve mysteries and puzzles, and while you do that, you're working out what's going on, with the ultimate goal being escaping the area. You can only escape when your watch count hits a certain number. Everyone starts for 4 points. You then have the choice, share, or steal. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Xenogears was a half-completed game at best. The first half is a fantastic RPG, but the second half is a shitload of cutscenes and a couple of fights every now and then. I don't like visual novel games. They don't do it. Yeah, and Sean, they've never really done it for me either, but as I've gotten older and well, not older, but as I've gotten more story-minded, and I've come to realize how important it is for me to know what's going on and to have the story unfold in front of me, it's made me rethink, my thoughts about visual novels, because now, yeah, there's no gameplay, which kind of sucks, but there's a story, and it's going to be a story that I can follow, and I can, it's a choose your own adventure, so I can sort of maybe lay the story out in front of myself for a little while. The other thing I was going to ask was what kind of visual novels are out there, right? Because Raincoat, I think when I think of visual novels, I always think of some sort of dating sim. It's right. That's always what comes to my mind is these dating sims and stuff. And then, obviously like Ace Attorney was really cool. That's why I liked Ace Attorney. And then I saw Raincoat and I thought, this doesn't look like a dating sim. This looks like a suspense mystery thriller kind of thing. So it made me question, like, what other, I mean, obviously there's, the dating and romance stuff, but are there like a lot of these sci-fi novels? Is there a lot of this stuff that's just a story? It's not a romance where I need to figure out which high school girl I'm trying to date for the game. for the game, for a video game, not in real life. Just just cover my footprints everywhere I go. You can usually get Danganronpa 1 very cheap. Kind of a shame that Dragon's Lair wasn't made into a cartoon or movie. Just a game that not many people would know, with really nice animation for the time. Don Bluth, that was Don Bluth. There were 2 of those. There were 2 Dragon's Lair games, and there was Space Ace. Space Ace was the same thing, but it was space themed. Ghost Trick is also a visual novel kind of game. That's what I was saying, Dragoon. Like I count it as it's not a visual novel because it is a puzzle solving thing, but I think some visual novels technically have that too. So you are kind of doing you're playing a puzzle based game instead of just picking selections off of a menu. But without any visual novel experience, I don't know that those games like Ace Attorney had other things. You don't just pick things off of a list. There was the little find and search where you got to move your stylus and you got to find the evidence in the room or something. Like it barely qualifies as a game, but it's still technically something. But those games are still considered visual novels. And it is still a gameplay mechanic if you need to figure out what choices you need to make. There you can lose in Ace Attorney. It does the thing where you both share and you both get 1 point, and if you share and then steal, they get 2 points and you lose 1. And both lose a point. If you hit 0, you get a lethal injection from the watch on you. If you hit the required number, you escape, but the exit will only open once. So you have the moral choice then of do you kill the others stealing or work together and bank on them sharing. Oh, so you all escape at the same time. Get the Switch collection. Ace Attorney collection goes for like $10 all the time. I'll have to look for that. See if that's on sale. Let me know if it's on sale now. Have you tried out the old point and click adventures? No, I had no interest in them. Sky Pirate, thank you so much. In the hunt with a Twitch Prime sub. Subscribe for 3 months. Very much appreciate that. Oh, by the way, thank you to anybody who might have followed me over on Threads. Just so you know, if you do. Oh, Ed9, thank you so much for the follow. I very much appreciate that. And if you do follow me on Threads, just know I'm barely going to ever be there. I've no interest in managing another social media page. I literally just did it so I can get my name. The old like Monkey Island and Grim Fandango. I think was Sam and Max like that, where they point and click games. I have no familiarity with the IP, so there was just never any desire to play those games. I have 60 S's and they all have at least one button related issue. I think they're all angry at me. Danganronpa at least gives your eyes a rest, with the trial sections being fully voice acted. You might like Digimon Survive, as while it's a lot of reading, it's also some pretty solid Final Fantasy Tactics style gameplay, but it's mostly novel. That's why I prefer RPGs. Story matters to me too, but I don't like games that basically require a guide to get the best ending. Yeah, so I'm always kind of, and again, Sean, it's sort of just my inexperience with visual novels as to I'm sure there's a best ending, right? I'm sure, like the dating sims, for instance. Like, let's say, I need to figure out which of the 6 girls I'm going to try and be in a relationship with. I'm sure there might be 1 or 2 of them that's sort of bad. But for the most part, I would imagine winning is just doing the thing that you want to do, right? To date the girl that you want to date, or get in a relationship, or, whatever the game may be, to complete the task or something. Nonary Games is a collection of this series. So Nonary is a series. Ace Attorney, Danganronpa, Professor Layton are the first that come to mind. Yeah, what was that last part? What? Grim Dawn is a Diablo 2 clone that has its own story and some great gameplay. So this is the Nonary games. So this is an actual... Okay. By Zero Escape the Nonary games. Wow, they're like... There's a whole bunch of them. Wait. What? That's confusing. I'm going to look at that later. Sam and Max were point-and-click games. Next thing about some of those old point-and-click adventures is that they're fully voice acted, so it won't tire you out so easily. If I remember correct, Sam and Max and Monkey Island games Monkey Island come from Telltale, which specializes in point. They're the. Is that the same Telltale that did like the Walking Dead and the Batman games? The only dating sim you need is that KFC one. I know, I never got to play that either. Oh, you know what's another game that we could probably do sometime that I never actually did myself? I never got around to doing that Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog thing. Remember that free game that dropped? I have it, and I never actually went through it. We should probably do that one day. I heard that that's not a super long experience. Yes and no. Same company, not the same people. What's this? No putt goes to the zoo stream. Wait. Oh, no putt goes to the zoo stream anytime soon. Specifically, Telltale did Monkey Island 5 and their own Sam and Max trilogy. Though the original was by LucasArts in both cases. I've seen it. It's a cute little game and it's free. The Sonic the Hedgehog thing. So I was like, you know what, I'll get it. And then I never got around to playing it. I never did that on stream. All right. I have to go to the restroom. I don't know. I don't have any other topics, so I don't know if there's anything we want to do for the rest of the day. I'll tell you what. Give me a couple minutes. Let me run to the restroom, and because I've been holding this in for a little while. No, stream is not ending. Give me a couple minutes, and I will be right back. I'm back, and I got nothing. No, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? We've got 45 minutes. I don't know if there's anything like Mario Kart or something that you wanted to get. I feel like Mario Kart's kind of easy, but I don't know. We can, if you have anything to YouTube or stuff. I know you guys. I think I saw somebody mention YouTube. Going through that, looking at that. I don't use Twitter. What, you don't like Zelda tier list? I do have the Zelda tier. I can't do a Zelda tier list in 45 minutes. I can't. I can tell you right now. I would have to blast through a Zelda tier list in order for me to say everything that I want to say about Zelda games. There's a lot. Oh yeah, we got time. We got 40 minutes. Yeah, there's no way I can. You want me to blast through a Zelda tier list in 45 minutes? In 40 minutes. 40 minutes. I have one saved. Don't get it wrong. The reason I'm saying this is because I have one saved. That's enough time. I have one here. Was this everything? So this one has... This is an older one. This one doesn't have, we didn't do a Zelda tier list before, right? This one doesn't have Tears of the Kingdom on it. Yeah, we know we'll debate. Yeah, there's no way. Speedrun it. There's no way. There's no... Oh, is there a tier list for... What's a game that I've played a lot of the games in? We did a fruit tier list and it started like 10 fights. Listen, hey, Somber, it only started one real fight. There was only one major disagreement. And to be honest, the only reason everybody disagreed is because that you were all wrong. That's fine. You know, that's okay. It was a very easy it was a very easy problem to identify. In that one particular instance, you were all wrong. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good numbers. Bananas are good. See, I don't like a lot of pizza toppings. That sounds like a you problem. You put strawberry. I did not put strawberries in D tier. Are you out of your mind? Strawberries are an S tier fruit. There's no way. At worst, they were A tier just because I hate when the strawberries go bad. No way. I can see you take a time out from you being suspended from Insta to be for being too beautiful to hang out with us uggos. Game Freak, I'm going to go ahead and guess it has nothing to do with how I look. Splatoon weapon tier list. Thank you so much, Game Freak. I appreciate it though. It's okay to admit that you're mid. No. If I'm mid, I'm dragging Earthbound down with me. Pizza topping tier list. Is there... can you just search? I'm on the website here. Can I just search things? Like, I feel like... I mean, I could go real inflammatory. What's on this one? The hell? Hold on, I'm looking at, I mean, they really should be organized better. I mean, this is, there isn't here's my problem. I'm a blabbermouth. I can talk about anything for a long period of time. So I'm trying to look up different things to make a tier list about. And every one of these things, I can tell I've got 15 minutes of conversation on each of these. I got 15 minutes of conversation on each of these things. Pizza toppings. I'm trying to look over some of them because I for pizza I don't really have a lot of experience with because I don't really like certain things. Like I don't like half of these things on the list. I can do it, but I don't like half. I'm not a big fan of peppers. Broccoli's on here. Tomatoes I think are on here, but are we talking about like chunks of tomatoes or just the sauce? Because the sauce that's a whole different beast all its own. Corn is on here. I've never had corn on a pizza. I don't even know what that is. It's like these little red things. Eggplant I've never had on a pizza. I don't like it. Green peppers, mushrooms, olives. Like I don't like half of these things. I told you I'm a picky eater. And we can that'll make the list faster. And we can tell you why you're wrong. Play Pizza Tower. I mean, that sounds kind of accurate. Eating utensil tier list. Red, yellow, orange peppers rank higher than green. I don't care for them at all. I don't think that they do anything to it. Goofy, hi, Volcania. Corn on pizza. Is that really a thing? Corn? Wait, seriously? You get corn on your pizza? No way. Ooh, chip tier list. Wait a minute. Did we do the candy bar one? Did we ever do? I don't know if we ever did a candy bar one. Yo, corn on your pizza? Really? Huh, I gotta look that up. Wait a minute. Corn on pizza. We're fighting about pineapple, and people are out here putting corn on their pizza? Let's see images. Corn and basil. It's like baby corns. Wait, those are like the little baby corns. I'm thinking like, yeah, here it is. 4-cheese corn pizza with black pepper and basil. I mean, it looks amazing. I'm looking at it right here, and it looks incredible. I would have never thought to put corn on my pizza. Sweet corn is common in pizza over here. Oh my God, I have to try this out. I think I have corn. I know I have a pizza. I think I have corn. Some people like the sweetness corn brings to it. So yeah, we're fighting over here about pineapple on pizza because it gives it kind of a sweetness, and people are denying it, and then they're putting corn. That sounds amazing. Never forget, corn is like a true friend. It's not goodbye forever. It's see you later. I mean, yes, you definitely will. Was this naked lady eating sushi? Oh, okay. Does that count as a utensil? No, because you'd have to, well, I guess if you, okay. Pineapple deserves to be on pizza, by the way. No debates here. I've never tried it myself, but I have no problem with it. I'm not one of those like, if you put pineapple on your pizza, you're absurd. It's like, yeah, but other people in other countries, they like it, and it's fine, and they're not insane, and they have free healthcare. America doesn't put corn on pizza. That's like the main thing your farms produce. They turn it into syrup and put it in everything. I mean, yeah. So in a way, Mr. L, corn is probably somewhere in my pizza. That was cool. I forgot I had a beer to the brim and tilted it a little too early. Cold pizza is the best pizza. That's such a hot take. Not a hot take, but it's such a hot debated topic. I've never ordered a pizza and thought I can't wait to put this in the refrigerator and eat it later. Fresh out of the oven pizza is the best. That's my favorite. And then when it gets cold later, it's great, but it's not as good as being fresh. I do enjoy how soft, chilled. Oh, I love it. I love like cold, like refrigerator cold pizza. But I can never say that it's better. I have people say that it's the best. It's like it's not really the best. Cold pizza is nice, but for me the best pizza is fish and chip shop pizza that's been reheated in the oven. Yeah, it's pretty good. Fish and chip shop pizza. What's so different about that? Or is that just we have pizza places? So if we want pizza, yeah. So if we have pizza, it probably came from an actual pizza place. I don't put my pizza in the fridge. I leave it out and eat it the next morning. I can do that, but if it's like the summertime right now where it's a little warm in my house. If I don't have the AC on, I don't trust leaving a pizza out overnight. In the winter, yeah, because I keep my house really cold in the winter, so I'm fine with it then. But normally I'll just throw it in the fridge. And then I like to reheat it, and that's the thing. That's a big discussion for me too. Is that I would rather I like cold pizza, but reheated pizza is better. I need sausage on my pizza. I mean, I'm sausage over pepperoni. Yeah, I don't like pepperoni. Ryan scolded me for this, but I don't see the appeal of Chicago deep dish. I had over TMG weekend. It had Uno Bar and Grill, and theirs is like a Chicago pizza where it's not as deep as a real authentic Chicago style pizza, but it's pretty deep. I like it. I think that it's good. It's like, it looks like pizza with that. No, it's Marco's. It kind of feels, this is probably blasphemous. I don't know how blasphemous this is. It looks like pizza I eat with a fork, or you can eat with a fork, right? You dig the fork down there, you scrape out a piece. It's got bread, it's got sauce, it's got ingredients on it, and you eat it like that. If you try and pick it up, it feels like it's going to fall apart. It's like pizza casserole, in a way. Yeah, hence the extra steps. Well, no, using a fork instead of your hands, I don't think that's an extra step, just a different step. It's like pizza in a crust bowl, kind of. Fork pizza sounds like, what? Fork pizza is just lasagna with bread. That's all it is. It's a grouping of sauce and cheese and other ingredients, and instead of pasta noodles, there's bread. That's all it is. That's exactly what Italian bread bowl pizza is. Dude, bread bowl pizza? Whoa. There was a place that I used to go to that had they would sell Beth used to get a grilled chicken Caesar salad in a bread bowl. And yeah, if you slathered some sauce all on the inside of that and some cheese, oh my god, yeah, you fill it with ingredients. Oh, wait a minute. Eating pizza with cutlery. Did you barbarian? That's not the barbarian way. Would be eating it with hands. No, I eat pizza with my hands, but for something like a Chicago deep dish where it's basically pizza casserole, yeah, why not? But if you can't hold a slice, why not bust out a fork? I heard the Chicago deep dish people get is just a tourist thing and not real deep dish. I wonder what the difference is. I wonder if the real deep dish is deeper. I swear I'm the only person who has absolutely no nostalgia for school pizza. I despise school pizza. I have nostalgia for it, but I don't seek it out. I'm not going somewhere specifically because it's school pizza. We did order from a place when one of the game stores that I worked at. We used to order from a place that used to do food. They used to do delivery of food for businesses only. They were a caterer, so they would also do it for businesses specifically. But their pizzas were these cheap $5-6 large pizzas, and they were like school pizza. You had to eat them all at one shot because cold was nasty, but they were good. They tasted like $5 large pizzas. Will you be? My school had Pizza Hut delivered throughout the years thanks to a program, so I never really had. Marcos, we had that with Domino's, old school Domino's, and old school Domino's was fine, but it wasn't. It was better than school pizza, but it was the bottom tier. Old school Domino's. It was very much the bottom tier of chain pizza. School pizza is below Little Caesars. Yes. Public school hot wing. Your public school had hot wings. You grew up in the South, so yeah, they had chicken and stuff like that everywhere. And that's not an insult. It's just true in the South. Yeah, we definitely didn't have wings for school lunch. I'm in the DiGiorno slaps camp. Hey, I love a good DiGiorno. I can control how much ingredient goes on my pizza. I'm down. School pizza, from my understanding, is just the stuff you get at the freezer aisle. It's, you know what it is, Marcos? Sometimes it's a little below the stuff you get at the freezer in the pizza aisle, in the freezer aisle. You know, in the freezer aisle, those pizzas that they have that are it's just the pizza on a piece of cardboard wrapped in plastic, right? There's no box. It's not DiGiorno. There's no special packaging that you use to cook it somewhere. It is a whole pizza without a crust, right? There's no crust around the edge. It's just cheese and sauce right to the end. It basically looks like a giant roll of dough where they put cheese and sauce over everything and then punched out pizza circles. That's what it looks like. And then they just put it on a piece of cardboard, wrapped it in plastic, and called it a day. That's like what school pizza is. But in my opinion, school pizza's worse because by the time you get it, it's been cooked and sitting there for 20 minutes. They trusted children with chicken bones in the wings. That's actually a good point, too. Milk in a bag? Milk in a bag is weird. Now pass me a Capri Sun. Yeah, the smaller kid cheese and tomato pizzas where the tomato sauce is noticeably sweeter. Oh, yeah, I love those. Those are good. That's probably why I like them, too, because I do like sweet sauce on my pizza. Mass-produced bread with cheese and something akin... Marco's sauce-like liquid. Oh, it's... You'll love our new school pizza with made with authentic bread. What I say? A sauce like liquid and cheese-ish. Flavored water is what it is. Yeah, no milk in a bag for us. Now with realistic cheese. Our ranch dressing was fire though. Our school pizza was decent. Also, I miss chocolate concrete. What? Our school had nachos, and I used to trade my snacks with friends for them. I put them in sandwich bags with cheese, crush them into a ball, and eat that. Oh my god, why does that sound? That sounds, Dragoon, unbelievably disgusting and absolutely on the mark for grade school and high school. That really does sound like things that we did as children. I know it was both. I know because I was the kid where as long as you were putting actual beverages in there and not milk, because milk kind of changes everything, everybody would mix their, like, the last of their juice or something together, and I would take a drink out of whatever it was. And it's like, oh, will he drink it? It's like, yeah, it's just fruit punch. After a certain, you just don't add milk, and it's fruit punch. Sorry, it was meant for oh, okay. Yeah, we don't really have much time left. I feel like we're probably just. I think you'll be mad at me if we wrapped it up 20 minutes early. I have this picture of corn pizza on my screen, and it's I want to be disgusted by it, but it doesn't really look that disgusting. It actually looks kind of interesting, and I love corn. I can sit there with a can of corn and a spoon and eat it. I've done it plenty of times. Like cold corn, and I like peas and carrots. Like they come in the can. Oh my god! And I just sit there and I eat them. Did we get a Sage appearance? No, it looks like he's upstairs. He likes to sit on this chair that's up there. Wander Cooks chocolate concrete. It just looks like a brownie. It's just a brownie. Is that all it is? Is it brownie? Classic dessert served at school dinners in England back in the 70s and 80s. Now usually cooked at home for the one in the It just looks like a brownie. Flour, butter, sugar, cocoa powder. Yeah, that's all it is, right? Oh, it's more dense than like fudge, like a hunk of fudge. And I'm trying to. No, I've still got this nonary thing on there. Nothing proprietary. Oh, that's the Reggie Fils-Aimé. Twitter is threatening to sue Meta over Threads. Boy, they're reacting really fast to Threads, and Threads is as bare bones as you can possibly be. I'm gonna close that. Close the corn pizza. Oh, it's called concrete for a reason. It made men. Oh, it's really hard. Yeah. I'm like, the hardest thing that I like that is get your mind out of gutter. Gingerbread cookies. The seasonal like spiced wafer gingerbread cookies. They're so good, but they are brick hard. Yeah, much better school dinners than me. Think of stereotypical British food. That's what mine looked like, just slop. 8-day-old toast and canned beans from the garbage. Oh, that's what I posted earlier in Discord. Oh yeah. I still have it open. Yeah, that's funny. I can't wait to see. I'm interested to see what happens with Threads. Going back to that topic really quick, I'm interested to see what happens with that, just because I really don't think it goes anywhere. I think tomorrow you get a few more people that say I made a Threads, and then nobody talks about it again. I really don't think anybody's going to engage in it. The reality. Oh wait, there you go, buddy. How you feeling, buddy? You okay? Sagers is here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Here. Come on, buddy. Yeah, over here. I'm not going to feed you over there. Come on. You okay? There you go. Oh, sorry, but it's there. Oh, you bit it in half. Okay. He bit it in half and it fell out of my fingers. Hang on. Do one more. Oh, hey, buddy. They haven't, I don't think they heard you in a little while. There you go. Oh, no. Okay. All right. There you go. You're sitting there waiting for her. Meow. Mwah. You're waiting for it, buddy. There you go. Oh, little extra piece there. I can't eat a Hoover. Cat ASMR part of the stream. Everybody's favorite part.